Man, I kind of like that song. I've never heard that one before. We got to thank Eric Stengel for the pick this morning.
Yeah, I heard it on the Spectrum.
I listen to the Spectrum a lot.
Yeah.
They're not playing it lately.
No.
That must be an older song.
You know who else they play a lot is Nathaniel Rateliff. Who
I know.
We were kind of ahead of the game on that.
I know we were. They play SOB a lot. They're not playing other tracks yet, really. No. What's the name of that band and song?
Elbow, Grounds for Divorce. And it's like 7 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard it, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Jimmy?
Oh, not much.
No?
No, I'm okay. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jerked off too late.
And we're off and running.
And I'm just sleepy.
I actually slept like a baby last night. Finally got a nice, a good night's sleep. I'm not the best sleeper either. I don't have problems like Jimmy, but comes and goes, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't as terrible. I was watching also that John Bernthal, Benicio del Toro movie.
Yeah.
I didn't get the link for today. I'm so pissed. But it was really, really good. I'm almost finished with it, and it's fucking way better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's getting amazing reviews.
It's really excellent.
What's the name of the movie again?
Sergio? Am I saying it wrong? Of course I am.
Yeah, something like that. The
Sicario.
Sicario,
so
right. He was a pretty good interview yesterday as well.
Yeah, he was great. And he's good in the movie. He doesn't have a giant part, but he's really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know most of the other... Oh, Josh Brolin is fucking phenomenal.
No, of course he is.
Wasn't he banging or married to Streisand?
Yeah, for a while there. He's an older guy, right?
No, that's the father.
No, that's the father.
The father,
James.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, the father.
James Brolin, right.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah, not Josh. Yeah, of course not. I know that. Yeah.
Josh is like, how old is Josh Brolin? Like 40?
He's about 47 years old.
He's my age. He and I have a lot in common. Why do I look at him and I see an adult, and I still see myself as a boy?
That's why we're doing this.
I don't understand that.
I do that too. I walk around and I see like people my age, and I'm like, oh, there's a man.
Yeah.
And I'm just like this 5'7" thing.
Yeah, you say the same thing also when you're in a motel room. And you're questioning, what do I tell my wife where I was?
It's because we get to do this. This is just nonsense. This makes no sense in the end. We're just kids.
But is that maybe it is.
Of course it is. If you were going to a cubicle every day, you would start looking like a man. We're lucky. We're very lucky to be able to do what we do.
I do auditions, and I have to do an audition today, and it's for an adult part. And I'm like, no one's going to believe that I'm friends with this person, like, because he's an adult
and you're not,
and I'm a small little fella. This is so
and
stupid.
you're slight of frame.
Yeah, but they all know. Yeah, you're old, stupid. But I don't feel old.
I watch guys walk around.
Whoa, isolate
that. In suits, and I wouldn't even know how to wear a suit properly. Every time I have to, it just doesn't look right.
No, it feels uncomfortable.
It does, right?
Yeah, it feels like I'm wearing dad's clothes or unnatural.
Yeah. When
I'm wearing like dress shoes.
No.
But I still don't feel. I don't know what it is. It's not that I feel like, I'm just young at heart. I feel childish and immature.
It's just because what we do for a living. Right. Period. I did see the movie, The Resurrection. I think it's called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts. We got those guys coming in today. We got Diamond Dallas Page, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Scott Hall in studio. We are live, by the way, just in case you don't know. We haven't done a Friday in a while. Friday, October 2nd.
2014.
It is 20. It's a really good movie. This Diamond Dallas Page has a heart of gold. Heart of Gold. He started that whole yoga thing.
Oh, right.
And it's helping a lot of people, and he's got all sorts of programs now that he's starting for businesses and people that just need help physically, mentally, a little help spiritually, and this DDP thing is really taking off. And this movie, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, it starts off with Diamond Dallas Page going to see Jake the Snake Roberts, and they show up at his house, and wow, he's living in just a shitty house. He looks like he's on his last leg, like he's going to die any day. And the movie takes you through Jake the Snake getting much better. I don't know how he's doing today. I would assume that he's having, a tough time with it, with the drugs and alcohol. Definitely an alcoholic. But Diamond Dallas Page brings him to Atlanta, and Jake the Snake is living in his house as he's getting his act back together, his life back together.
Was The Wrestler about him?
Yeah, a lot of people say it, definitely. that they paid attention to his career.
Okay.
And the movie just takes you through the whole thing. It's really good. And you got Jake the Snake crying. You got Diamond Dallas Page. There you go. That's what he looked like when they first, found him or whatever, went and got him.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm way overweight. I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but
he just doesn't look good.
He looks really bad.
Yeah.
And
he should be working for this radio show.
And then Diamond Dallas Page and Jake the Snake is starting to do a little better in the movie, and then they call Scott Hall, and he's also a guy that's had many problems over the years with drugs and alcohol. There's Scott Hall showing up to Diamond Dallas Page's residence, and they're all living together in Diamond Dallas Page's house.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Well, they
Three
kinda,
wrestlers.
They did sort of an Odd Couple thing. They did a little parody. They started doing silly videos and stuff, and kind of enjoying themselves. But it takes you through the struggles of Jake the Snake and Scott Hall and Diamond Dallas Page's frustration because he's putting the work in for these guys, and he wasn't getting the results he wanted at first, and blah blah blah. It's a great documentary, and I can't wait to talk to these guys.
I didn't see the link. I'm really annoyed because I would have watched it. Because last time I was like, I want to watch something. I'm like, watch this.
Yeah. But they're doing yoga in his kitchen, and Jake the Snake's in no shape to be doing yoga or any kind of exercise at first. And Diamond Dallas Page is just a good fucking dude, man. He's just a good dude. Spending his life trying to help people and getting get him better.
Why?
Huh?
What's his motivation? What does he want?
Why are we always suspicious when someone wants to do good?
What's he getting at?
What is he getting at?
How much?
Well, the Diamond Dallas Page yoga, the DDP yoga is taking off, so he's making some cash off that.
He says that Jake was one of the people that really helped him when he got into the business.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is just kind of returning a
So it's like basically paying it forward, an expression I use all the time.
Yeah, Jake was his mentor. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. So he's always looked out for the guy that he really looked up to in his wrestling career.
So he's kind of going back and helping the guy that helped him. Okay, that's fine.
And then Scott Hall and DDP were very close as well.
Cool.
They didn't have a lot of wrestling storylines, but they were very close behind the scenes, always. And the footage they got of Scott Hall, wow. There's one video that went viral of him showing up at some kind of wrestling match where he can't even stand up. And they're pushing him through the ropes because, they paid for him to show up.
It was that E60 on ESPN.
Right.
A couple of years ago showed that footage.
He was zooted.
We watched it. Yeah, he was.
Boy, you want to see it really fast? How zooted he was?
Yeah, I love seeing people who are fucked
He
up.
still had his hospital bracelet on.
Right, he just got out of the hospital or something. They're pushing him. They're pushing him through the. They're pushing him through the ropes, and he's in no condition to do this event.
There's people who live a certain way, man. I just can't comprehend the life of a fucking wrestler or an athlete or the things they put themselves through physically. Mm-hmm. I mean, people look at me and they go, "But Jim, you look terrific." I mean, it's so nice of you all to say. Put on 4 pounds. I want to hang myself. Fat pig.
You put 4 pounds on.
Yes, I did. I've been going back and forth between 140 and 136.
But a few people are saying maybe you should gain just a couple pounds.
Nope.
You don't want to do that.
No, I
You're
don't.
disappearing, Jim.
I know. Everybody says that, and the applause is getting louder.
Where did he go?
All right.
So what's this?
We're trying to find the.
Oh, where he's fucked up.
I mean, it's really bad. We probably could just find that clip online without going through the whole.
Yeah, without zipping through the whole thing.
Zipping through the whole ESPN
But
thing.
I'm halfway through. I'm
right.
committed to it, guys.
All right.
You got prescription medication.
Did anyone else see the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts?
No.
No, but I'm saying this is it.
Oh, you're showing it? I was showing it. Okay.
Physically, carted into the building.
I walk in, and the promoter rushes up to me, Scott's here. I'm like, oh, great. And there he is.
Just looking out the curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just really, really out of it.
Completely out of it.
Still with the hospital band from the night before on.
He asked for beer, you know what I mean? And there's no beer. He told no beer.
They got to
He was in
carry
one of
him
those
into the
states that
ring.
He wanted more.
He couldn't even walk.
I absolutely made a business first, a moral decision. Scott Hall's not my friend. I met him one day. I'm pretty sure I'll never meet him again.
So you shove the guy out the curtain, so you can,
it's Xbox.
so you don't have to give out refunds.
Fuck you.
You know, the show goes on. People pay to see Scott Hall, and we showed the world who Scott Hall was.
That guy seems like a kind
I'm on
of bit of
11
a scummy
and
Promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though X-Pac is like, because Scott Hall probably wanted the money too.
Yeah.
Like if basically X-Pac is saying he's not saying it to the guy. He's probably being interviewed about the guy. Yeah. You push him out there, go fuck yourself. Fuck that, man. If you show up for an appearance and you need the money, you probably want the money, even though it's embarrassing.
And now he's in the ring and he can't really stand up on his own. And there's two guys in there kind of helping him.
That promoter was sleazy but honest. Hey, I don't know this guy.
Right.
These people don't want money.
Push play.
And the combination of the perk and the somas, brother, I didn't know what country I was in. I don't even remember being there.
Oh, that's him.
I left the hospital at 6 a.m. this morning through coast to coast to be... No, actually, it was a seizure. It wasn't a relapse this time.
Wait, somebody jumped up and hit him?
Yeah, well, he's there to wrestle.
And knocked him down? Oh, God.
It's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever been a part of in wrestling.
And some guy jumped up and did like a wrestling move on him in gold pants, and then he picked up the chair and hit him.
Yeah.
It was the worst. It was the worst hit with a chair.
Like the guy said, the show's got to go on.
I thought he was there to make an appearance. He was there to wrestle?
Yeah, get into it a little bit.
That was awful.
Looks like there's a little more.
Yeah, let's play this.
Horrifying and very sad. Very sad.
And he knocks the other guy out.
And I'm sure for the fans.
Oh, it's...
I apologize to people who came to see me. I know everybody wanted to see me on my A game. I wasn't.
Oh no! And they go to raise his arm and he falls down in the ring. Oh, he's drunk.
Look at and realize that if you allow this business to consume you, you can become a victim of it.
He checked into a hospital that night, huh?
No, I guess so.
Wow.
So, that's the long form clip, but they show a short clip of that appearance in the movie.
He just falls over. They go to raise his hand in victory, and he just falls over.
Just completely falls over.
So sad to watch.
Yeah,
it really
made me
is.
laugh though. Fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like a propofol, boy. There's the sleazy promoter. Oh, the sleazy promoter.
He did pretty well in DDP's house.
Well, that's good.
Could you imagine you open up your house to ex-wrestlers with, addiction problems?
No.
That is a good dude right there.
Yeah, it's nice he's doing well too.
Again.
I don't know. I know who Jake the Snake is by name, and DDP I know by name, but I don't.
You don't remember Razor Ramon?
Razor Ramon was a
Ramon. Give this man some shaving cream.
Razor Ramon was a big hit there for a while.
No,
you probably know Razor Ramon.
I mean, he's a big deal in the wrestling world.
Which one is Razor Ramon?
Razor Ramon is Scott Hall.
Scott Hall.
Oh, okay.
When he left WWE with Kevin Nash, and they, effectively joined WCW and created the NWO with Hulk Hogan, and it was a huge thing. Like,
how ironic that Hulk Hogan was something with an N at the beginning, because he got in Dutch.
Oh boy, did he!
No, I don't know, Travis. I don't know these. I stopped. You guys know who Bob Backlund is in that group? That's where I stopped watching.
Talk to Jake about Bob Backlund. He wrestled in the 80s.
Well, there was a quick scene in the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts where you see Bob Backlund.
Oh, good.
At some kind of Hall of Fame event or something. They brought back a bunch of old wrestlers for Raw or something. And you see him standing there, and I started laughing, thinking of you.
I just want to do the best I can, Vince, and I want to be a good champion. I'm going to go out there and give it my all. That's all I can tell you, Vince.
Right.
Oh.
Hey, can we see the trailer for the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts? I wanted to show Jimmy.
Yep.
It'll explain the movie maybe a little further, and then we can move on to other things, and we'll talk to those guys a little later today. Diamond Dallas Page, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Scott Hall. It was just a really, really good movie. Here's the trailer. Are you blaming the Dell computer again?
No.
All right, here we go.
Jake the Snake Roberts!
Oh, God, he's got the snake biting people.
Jake, to me, is one of the greatest talents I've ever seen.
One of the great minds in the history of the business.
He casts a spell on you. It's almost like you get caught in his web.
When the entire world knows you as one character for such a long time, I think it's easy to become that character, too.
You are a piece of shit, Snake! You gypped these fucking people! Fuck you!
hell.
Is that another wrestler yelling at him?
Years, I didn't think I was going to have a dad around.
Falling,
We're on our
wow.
way to see Aurelian Smith. That's the real name of Jake the Snake Roberts.
A month ago you did crack.
How often do you feel like you fight the addiction?
24/7. I know this is my last fucking shot in life. Get in the car. Don't fucking pull this shit.
You got to be a big wrestler to help other wrestlers.
I'll never drink again, and that's that. I always worry about what everybody else thought about me and now what I feel about it.
My God, I'm not giving up.
Holy resurrection, Jake Snake comes here, brother.
And I'm gonna fucking beat it this time.
I told you, my
Yeah, it was good.
It was tired of people cutting me on. Didn't you used to be Jake the Snake Roberts, man? What the fuck happened?
It's really good.
Cut it off.
That's the
really
worst.
good.
That's the worst if you're in a car with a wrestler and he's having an angry moment.
Yeah, and he's trying to get out of the car.
Then you gotta grab him by the shoulder. Sit down!
Right. Yeah.
That's such a different method than I would use to keep Jake in the car. I would gently touch his forearm gingerly. Jake, please don't go.
I would pull over very slowly and let him get out of the car. There's no way you're going to be able to stop that.
No. You don't want some fucking angry guy who wants to buy. But this promoter's face is really not pleasant to look at.
Yeah, they shouldn't have shot him from the side like that.
Oh, he's awful. If they wanted an awful angle, they got it. Like a thin, long nose and a long chin. I'm just jealous.
It turns out Jake the Snake, he had a real shitty father, and he got abused as a child, and he blames a lot of his addictions on what was going on as a child.
There was an article written by a guy who's for Salon, who's he admits he's a pedophile. And his name is Todd something, and he doesn't fuck kids though. He said he has a desire for sex, but he traces it back to when he was 7. This older guy like putting his hand down his pants or something, and he's like, it was the only time it happened. But I guess that childhood shit, man. I don't know if one incident will do it, but
yeah, I don't know. The story, I believe there was something going on with Jake the Snake and the stepmom or something.
Oh, okay.
When Jake the Snake's father was on the road, and then
that's hot.
He basically said I would have to go in this room and perform for her, and then she would beat the shit out of me and saying if your father ever knew what was going on, he would kill you. And he basically points to that as being like,
how old was he?
Like young. 6, 7.
Oh, okay.
Real young.
I think he's a teenager with a hot stepmom.
No.
So that would be a Mark Norman story.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you're saying you wouldn't believe it?
No.
A lot of people question Mark's stories.
I don't question.
I didn't question any yesterday. I thought they were pretty.
Who's questioning his stories?
I got an email saying that Mark is not telling you the truth. Why aren't you calling him out?
Oh, really?
Yes. People really send bizarre emails. Like I can't tell if they're happy or they really hate my guts.
Yeah.
Dude, why don't you question Mark? Okay.
Well, next time we will. I don't know.
Making suggestions.
You could have just texted me, Travis. I knew it was you because you fucked up. You're like, I'm going to go on Teft now. I'm like, what? What's that mean?
I say that too much.
Yes, you do.
It sounds, the stories sound believable. I don't know. So, well, the big news, we got another shooting, and it's almost like why even talk about it, because absolutely nothing changes in the end. Yeah. I mean, nothing. And just saying that, people will start screaming at you, you're not taking my gun! But nothing changes. And I sit here with no solutions. Yes, I'll openly admit that, because then you get that, well, what would you do? But the fact is, these things happen over and over again, way too many times, and nothing changes in the end. Nothing. They blame mental illness. They blame too many guns. They blame not enough guns. They blame gun-free zones, all this stuff. Everyone just keeps pointing fingers. But in the end, people will not move from their position on this issue, and that is it.
The press still doesn't question their own part in it, even though it's not totally their fault, of course. They have to report it. But they don't say, what have we done?
Yeah.
But I think the problem is that we're just a fucking violent country. Like, we're violent people. We believe they own the hype about ourselves. That we're this, we're a great country, but we believe that we're this altruistic, amazing group who has nothing but the best intentions. But deep down, there's a lot of angry fucking people here, a lot of crazy people, a lot of vicious people, and we don't seem to like to acknowledge that. But I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't.
Country full of fucking violent people.
I don't see a solution. I think it's just. I think it's too late. I don't know what you could possibly do to, cut this down.
I don't know.
It happens at this point. It's happening every few weeks, I think.
My solution, people said, was childish. I said, everybody just smile.
Oh, no.
How did everybody just smile, make the world better? People thought I was oversimplifying things. It's not a man's solution.
It won't do anything.
No, apparently
I don't know, but maybe if it's a hashtag, it'll do something.
Everybody smile.
Everybody
hashtag.
smile, but spell smile wrong.
You want to do it with a Y? Or?
Yeah.
They might have to do it with a Y.
The killer looks like fucking, wow, he looks like a comedian. John, oh my God, is it John Bush? I mean, look up John Bush, the comedian. He looks exactly like him.
Really?
If I'm saying his name right.
So, Obama's scolding the nation today, basically saying,
No, wrong John.
Obama's scolding the nation. Do we have any, oh yeah, we do. Okay. Why don't we go to that clip? That is worth playing because he's scolding everybody.
I thought he gave a good speech yesterday, though. I quite enjoyed it.
His hands are tied. I mean,
lucky him.
He certainly wanted to make drastic changes, and nothing has happened during his time in the White House. But here's President Obama, visibly upset, response to the Oregon shooting.
This time in a community college in Oregon. That means there are more American families, moms, dads, children, whose lives have been changed forever. That means there's another community stunned with grief, and communities across the country forced to relieve their own anguish, and parents across the country who are scared because they know it might have been their families or their children. I've been to Roseburg, Oregon. There are really good people there.
Can you pause? Imagine if they weren't, though. Imagine if you had a bad experience there. How fucking awkward that would have been. I've been to Roseburg, and, I did at one point say that I piss on those people because they didn't vote for me, but now I changed my...
I think there's really good people everywhere.
Yeah.
I never understood that. Of course there are really good people there.
I really did enjoy his speech, but that was the other part. I was like, all right, of course there were good people.
You enjoyed the speech yesterday?
I did, yeah. I thought it was sincere, whether,
pretty honest.
Yeah.
It was nice that he brought up mental illness.
Yes.
It's being brought up a lot.
And he mentioned it
There's
being
a lot
routine.
more focus on the mental illness part of this whole thing.
He said this is routine. He goes, even my response is routine. Like, I kind of liked that he said that.
Yeah, let's push play.
All the first responders whose bravery likely saved some lives today. Federal law enforcement has been on the scene in a supporting role, and we've offered to stay and help as much as Roseburg needs for as long as they need. In the coming days, we'll learn about the victims. Young men and women who were studying and learning and working hard, and their eyes set on the future, their dreams on what they could make of their lives. And America will wrap everyone who's grieving with our prayers.
Can you pause for a second? How many pictures do they need?
I thought of that yesterday, how loud that was.
I'm like, what is going to change? If you take 10 pictures, you pretty much got a bunch of angles of Obama that you could use in your publication. Oh, that's all I'm hearing in the background.
Yeah, you figure how about you get a quiet camera, a point and shoot?
That's true.
Why
you need the
Why are
clicking
they
lens?
so loud still?
And how many do you need exactly? Take one when he walks out, and then fucking put down your camera.
Because he's not moving or anything.
No.
He's in one position, and he's pretty much making the same face through the whole speech. Like, what are you expecting by taking that many pictures?
You're getting nothing new by taking new photos.
But it's also for I guess newspapers and magazines, because TV and internet, you're going to see the video. No, I need photos at all.
No, I know that. But how many do you need where you realize, oh, I got it?
You don't need any at all.
Take a screen grab.
Yeah, screen grab.
Exactly.
It's all video.
It's not necessary to take that many pictures, but they have to justify their own existence.
That's true.
They're standing there with the camera.
And now that we've pointed that out, enjoy the click of the cameras.
Our love.
Oh my God, that guy really needs one.
That's one guy.
As I said just a few months ago.
No, because it was the moment where he's looking solemn and then they go crazy.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, but you got that.
That sounds like me taking selfies if I was at an Oscar party. Go ahead, play.
I said a few months before that, and I said each time we see one of these mass shootings, our thoughts and prayers are not enough. It's not enough. It does not capture the heartache and grief and anger that we should feel. And it does nothing to prevent this carnage from being inflicted someplace else in America. Next week, or a couple of months from now. We don't yet know why this individual did what he did. And it's fair to say that anybody who does this has a sickness in their minds, regardless of what they think their motivations may be.
He didn't go as far as to say mental illness.
Yeah.
But that's what he meant.
Of course.
But I like the fact that he said, regardless of what they think their motivations are.
And
Turns out this guy's a Muslim. Is that what it is? I don't know if he's a convert or not.
Obama? Yeah.
No. I actually answered you literally. No, not the president. Stupid I am. But is that what he's a Muslim convert, I'm guessing? I'm guessing convert.
Well, I guess he asked if you were a Christian. And
he
if you
shoot
said
you in the
yes,
head.
then he would shoot you point blank in the head, I
And
guess.
if he said no, he was shooting you in the legs or something, or if you didn't answer?
I just turned off the coverage. It's just too much after a while. Like we've seen this play out so many times.
Just
in
a
the
real
last few
fucking
years.
creep. There's one guy though. His name was Chris. They said concentrate on this other Chris. Was this guy who was there? Who's and John Bush was not the comedian I was thinking of, by the way. I can't remember the guy's name, and I'm really fucking annoyed at myself. He looks exactly like a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
God damn me.
It'll come to you.
Oh, I don't know.
It'll come to you.
Oh, what do I know? I'm just a boy. But this
John
guy.
Fish?
John Fish. Thank
John
you.
Fish.
God damn it.
Let me take a
He's
look
a funny dude too, but yeah.
I would assume if you know him, he's funny.
J-O-N.
John Fish.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No, that's
look like
not
that.
him.
He
It's
doesn't look
J-O-N
like that.
Fish, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Comedian.
CH, I think.
See, yeah, there.
Oh,
Okay.
for God's sake.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Find him.
Yeah.
Finding him.
Yeah, they don't look alike.
They do.
No,
They do, actually.
Not
He
really.
looks very
I
much
know that
like
guy.
him.
Not.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
But John Fish is a little heavier and less mentally stable. But, yeah. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. That was picture carnage.
I don't know. Let's go back to Obama's speech.
No, I had some important point to make. Something about my dick.
Oh, really?
God damn it. Or I'll get back to it.
All right.
But we are not the only country on earth that has people with mental illnesses
Oh, he did say it.
or want to do harm to other people. We are the only advanced country on earth that sees these kinds of mass shootings every few months. Earlier this year, I answered a question in an interview by saying, the United States of America is the one advanced nation on earth in which we do not have sufficient common sense gun safety laws, even in the face of repeated mass killings.
Oh, boy, is that going to piss off some people, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I think we're just unreasonable people. Maybe Americans, we're just maybe everyone's like that in the world, I don't know. But I think that we're really unreasonable. All of us. It's like everyone has got their fucking line in the sand. Fuck the next person. I heard that it was on 4chan. A lot of people, because you can be totally anonymous on 4chan. And they said that he was posting about doing it and he warned them not to go to school if they were in the northwest. And people were like telling him, suggesting what he should do. I'm not saying that those people are culpable because they probably just think it's some online guy talking shit, but
right.
It's amazing how fucking ugly people are. On like even kidding. If a guy was online saying I'm going to go murder people at a college tomorrow, I probably wouldn't encourage him to do it. Like people are just shitty. Oh, the guy who rushed to help, by the way, is the guy I was talking about. This other guy, Chris, was I want to say he was ex-military. Like one of these, just a big fucking big lug, and he actually charged the gunman and he got shot like 5 times.
But he prevented others from getting shot?
Yeah, and his son's birthday was that morning, and he just kept saying, it's my son's birthday, it's my son's birthday. His son's like 6.
Yeah.
And they think the guy's going to live, which is good. I was actually reading the article going, oh, please don't fucking...
Yeah, of course.
This one, I can't handle this human interest story if a guy drops dead. But I think he's going to live.
That's very good news. All
yeah.
right, go back to Obama.
I'd rather hear about them a lot more than these fucking shitty shooters.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, for Pete's
the media
sake.
tries to focus on the victims.
They're trying a little bit more now.
In the last year or two, they finally start telling the stories of the victims.
The Post still has them on the front cover. They just don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah,
they really don't. They
of
just
course they don't give a fuck
about... I mean, the Daily News will avoid it, too, partially because of the guy's motivation. Will not go probably hand in hand with their narrative. But, man, the Post just doesn't give a shit.
Basically, the cover of the Daily News, they show Sandy Hook, December 2012, 26 shot dead. Roseburg, October 2015, 9 shot dead. And then at the bottom, 87,423, and nothing's changed. That's their headline today. Let's push play on Obama's speech.
And later that day, there was a mass shooting at a movie theater in Lafayette, Louisiana. That day. Somehow this has become routine. The reporting is routine. My response here at this podium ends up being routine.
God, I love that he said that. You're right, Jimmy.
The conversation in the aftermath of it, we've become numb to this. We talked about this after Columbine and Blacksburg, after Tucson, after Newtown, after Aurora, after Charleston. It cannot be this easy for somebody who wants to inflict harm on other people to get his or her hands on a gun. And what's become routine, of course, is the response of those who oppose any kind of common sense gun legislation. Right now, I can imagine the press release is being cranked out. We need more guns, they'll argue. Fewer gun safety laws. Does anybody really believe that? There are scores of responsible gun owners in this country. They know that's not true. We know because of the polling.
You know, I have to pause this for a second. I don't know what the answer. I just don't know.
No, I said that.
I don't know.
At the start of this, I don't have an answer for this. I know that it's completely out of control.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Because there's so many guns and there's so many fucking people that have them that are illegal. It's like, what the fuck? How do you get rid of them?
I don't know.
Are we too far gone?
I think that's sort of what I said too. I think it's too late. I think it's just too late. I don't know how you figure this one out.
Yeah, like how do you get them? How many years would it take to get them? Not just the ones that gangs have, but the one, any illegal ones that are floating around, or even the legal ones that don't match. How the fuck do you get rid of all of them?
What about the programs where you bring in your gun and they give you $100 or something, and you see there's just hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of guns that are returned, and then you realize that's just a drop. That's just a drop in the bucket.
Well, really. I have my own solution. People didn't like my plan.
Oh, what's yours, Jimmy?
What's yours? I buck for a gun. You bring a gun back, you get a buck.
A nice, and
a little certificate.
Is it a brand new dollar bill?
It sure is. You get a certificate from the government saying, well done.
Well done. Good job.
I don't know what the fuck people are supposed to do. I don't know. Because then people with guns argue that, look at all these fucking illegal guns. I'm supposed to give up mine. Everyone's argument is pretty much like, I'm not going to kill anybody. And most of them won't.
Well, the gun-free zone thing, that is just ridiculous.
Because nobody's going to go in and kill you at a college. Oh no, I didn't see that sign.
Yeah,
they put my gun back under the seat.
That's how
silly.
But that's how ridiculous some of these solutions have gotten. They could get that done. Well, we'll set up gun-free zones. If you're going to do some harm, why wouldn't you go to a gun-free zone?
Yeah, it's just to kind of let you know where to go.
Of course it does. Back to Obama.
Majority of Americans understand we should be changing these laws, including the majority of responsible, law-abiding gun owners. There is a gun for roughly every man, woman, and child in America.
Pause. That's a lot of guns.
Good take.
We're pausing for that?
Yep. Just wanted to interject. Just wanted to make my point. I think everybody saw this yesterday, so we might as well interject live chatter throughout this fucking speech as opposed to just watching Obama talk.
I didn't see the whole speech. I just
it was good.
saw
It was a 12-minute speech or so. And
let's keep going, though. It's working.
He was wonderful.
Okay. How can you, with a straight face, make the argument that...
I don't like the term straight. Let's not isolate half of our population.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe that's overestimating.
half the population.
My problem.
I always heard it was about 10%.
You're probably right. I overestimated for clarity.
Okay.
More guns will make us safer. We know that states with the most gun laws tend to have the fewest gun deaths.
Pause! I don't know about that. A lot of people point out Chicago, in the city limits, you cannot legally get a gun, and there are a lot of violence there. I might have said to him, President, you don't want to mention that stat. Your own hometown. Not good.
Ixnay on Chicago.
Yeah, you might not want to mention Chicago.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hit play.
All right.
So the notion that gun laws don't work, or just will make it harder for law-abiding citizens and criminals will still get their guns, it's not borne out by the evidence. We know that other countries, in response to one mass shooting, have been able to craft laws that almost eliminate mass shootings. Friends of ours, allies of ours, Great Britain, Australia, countries like ours. So we know there are ways to prevent it. And of course, what's also routine is that somebody somewhere will comment and say, Obama politicized this issue.
Pause. I said that.
You were the one.
I yelled it during the speech.
Wow.
You're politicizing the issue, President O.
And he heard you.
Yes, he did. He understood.
Where were you? In the back of the room?
No, I was home, but I sent him texts. I sent him one before we went out. I'm like, don't fucking politicize this, dummy.
And he read your text.
Yeah, he wrote LOL. He's a big fucking emoji guy.
Something we should politicize.
That's what he wrote.
It is relevant to our common life together, to the body politic.
What is the body politic, by the way? I've never heard that.
I haven't heard that before either.
Does anybody know what that means?
Never heard
of it. Politics in general, maybe?
The body politic?
Well, why doesn't he just say it that way?
I didn't like the body politic. That phrasing really bothered me during a speech.
Yeah.
And I broke into tears.
It got to you emotionally?
Yes, it did. I disliked it so much.
Shouldn't be so weak.
I know, the body politic.
It's a metaphor in which a nation is considered to be a corporate entity being likened to a human body.
Our life thing. I guess it works.
Yeah.
He probably
used it properly.
He heard someone say that and he wanted to squeeze in body politic.
You think?
Absolutely.
You think that's what happens? He writes some of these things down. I'm going to work that into my next speech.
That was in the speech about something else, and he just stole it. Like the other speech probably supposed to be about obesity laws and like changing Michelle's program for eating. Yeah. And he's like, we the body politic have to eat healthy. And he's like, I'm using body politic.
Thank you for that. And just jotted it down somewhere.
It flowed right out of his mouth. He just wanted to say body politic. I'm going to say it a lot today.
Body politic.
The body politic.
Let's go back to this. We're almost done.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We got 6 minutes.
Will you shut up?
We're not even close.
I was trying to help the listener.
We have listened to 6.5 minutes.
We're almost
There is
done.
another 6
We're
minutes
almost
left.
done.
We're halfway. We're not.
That was
just over.
I like
halfway.
highlights. Little highlights. Ding, boom, zip, thing.
Don't give away.
Body politic.
Don't give away my radio tricks.
Right.
You tell the person we're almost done, and like, you know what? All right, I'll hang in there.
Yeah,
this isn't for me, but I'll hang in there because Ope said that they're almost done.
That's my get a blowjob trick. When I'm not fucking, when I can't, yeah, no, I'm close. Just jiggle the testes a little bit more.
I'm almost done.
You ever been like with a girl and she's blowing you and you're like, maybe, and then all of a sudden the feeling just evaporates and you're like, oh my God, we are at the beginning again.
Wow, never.
Oh my God. Something goes wrong and your toes are straight and you're tweedling your nips. And you're like, oh, God, please just come. And nothing. And all of a sudden, the signal just goes, and you're finished. You're like, boy, here we go again. Crank it up from 0.
And you're soft again.
Yeah, or just the feeling of calm, like the calm is coming up, and then something in your Vas Devrins yells false alarm, and it all runs back.
Oh no! And
did I say Vas Devrins right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes,
smart medical boy.
Nice I've never gone backwards when it's wow. You're like that. I don't even know what they're called outside.
Homos,
car dealerships and businesses. That thing with the air and
at the airport, the fucking wind tester. Is that the thing?
Yeah, but they look like people.
They got arms.
Arms and stuff, and they're flopping all the time.
Yeah.
They're erect. They're soft. They're erect. They're soft. I would assume that's what Jimmy's talking about there. What are those dumb things called?
I know what
they make me giggle every time for some
I hate
dumb
them.
reason.
They look like Gumbies where they get blown up when the wind comes. Yeah,
and then they deflate, and then they're back up. Whatever. All right. Let's go to Obama.
Let's go back to the president talking about mass shootings.
And we're almost done.
No, we're not. We're 50% of the way through this.
Oh my God!
There's a lot of pretty girls who are single, by the way.
I would ask news organizations, because I won't put these facts forward, have news organizations tally up the number of Americans who've been killed through terrorist attacks over the last decade and the number of Americans who've been killed by gun violence.
Can you pause? I bet you that he knew that it was going to work out in his
favor.
Can you imagine if it had worked out where the terrorism was fucking like 4,800 and gun violence was 37? What a silly goose he'd feel like. How wrong he'd feel. Like, oh no, I shouldn't have said that.
According to the Daily News, since December 2012, it's 87,423 in this country.
It's just insanity. And I know all the stats are gangs.
That number seems way too high.
It's fucking.
Is that possible?
Insanity. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was just crazy. We're a fucking crazy country, man.
All right, continue.
And post those side by side on your news reports. This won't be information coming from me. It will be coming from you.
Did anyone do it?
I did it.
You did it?
Yeah, I just gave you the stats. My figures may be off.
What's your figures again?
I forget. I just said it and I forgot. I was looking at it. It went away on my phone. 4,000 something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
4,000 from terrorist attacks?
There was a lot more terrorist attacks, and there was only 34.
Oh, right.
37 gun incidents.
30, yeah, something. Okay.
We spend over $1 trillion.
Wow.
And pass countless laws and devote entire agencies to preventing terrorist attacks on our soil, and rightfully so. And yet, we have a Congress that explicitly blocks us from even collecting data on how we could potentially reduce gun deaths.
Was that, let me ask you, is that mental illness he's talking about, or what is it he's talking about?
Collecting data, I don't know.
What data are they not letting him collect?
Maybe he's going to explain further.
I don't think he does, because I watched it and I remember confused. And I was just calling people I didn't know and saying, can you help me? I don't know what the president's saying. Bombing.
How frustrating is it to be the president, you think?
In my own little mind, it's very, very fruitful, and I'm very good at it.
Yeah?
Yes.
What would be the best part of the job if you were president?
What Clinton did with a cigar. Come here, let me shove this in your cunt. Yasser Arafat's in the garden, stepping on my tomato plants.
That was too easy. And I hope you enjoyed that softball.
I certainly did.
All right, let's go back to Obama.
How can that be?
How could it be? You're right.
How could it be?
This is a political choice that we make. To allow this to happen every few months in America. We collectively are answerable to those families who lose their loved ones because of our inaction. When Americans are killed in mine disasters, we work to make mines safer. When Americans are killed in floods and hurricanes, we make communities safer.
What about the shark attacks?
By the way, he almost tripped right there. He almost realized, oh no, you don't make hurricanes safer.
Yeah.
You can't ban hurricanes.
No.
No one votes for hurricanes. Even the NRA is against hurricanes.
They are?
No one votes pro-hurricanes. It's not like the hurricanes are going to go away and the NRA said, we need more hurricanes.
Oh, now they're going to take our hurricanes away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, can you imagine if that was their answer? We need more floods. Push the other water out.
When roads are unsafe, we fix them.
Not in New Jersey, we don't. Go ahead, just be a little local.
Auto fatalities. We have seatbelt laws because we know it saves lives.
Helmets.
So the notion that
vending machines,
gun
we made
violence
those
is
safer,
somehow
right?
different.
We did. So they don't fall on you?
Mm-hmm.
That our freedom and our Constitution prohibits any modest regulation of how we use a deadly weapon when there are law-abiding gun owners all across the country who could hunt and protect their families and do everything they do under such regulations. Doesn't make sense.
That don't make no sense. Stole my shit.
So,
now we're
tonight, as
somehow we have 7 minutes left.
No, we don't have 7 minutes.
I'm kidding.
Those of us who are lucky enough to hug our kids a little closer.
Yeah. Right. Come here. Grateful.
Are thinking about the families who aren't so fortunate. I'd ask the American people to think about how they can get our government to change these laws and to save lives. and to let young people grow up. And that will require a change of politics on this issue. And it will require that the American people, individually, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican
or a Whig or an independent, don't forget the Whigs. The Whigs are always left out in the cold.
Are they making a comeback, the Whigs?
They certainly are. WHIG, just for any Google confusion.
Yep.
You
don't want to just Google WIG or Al Pacino comes up.
Vote for somebody. Are making a determination as to whether this cause of continuing death for innocent people should be a relevant factor in your decision. If you think this is a problem, then you should expect your elected officials to reflect your views. And I would particularly ask America's gun owners who are using those guns properly, safely, to hunt, for sport, for protecting their families, to think about whether your views are properly being represented by the organization that suggested speaking for you.
Yes. What are you going to say? Portends or pretends?
I don't know. He got
lost.
He got lost. Huh?
Portends.
Portends he was
Is that a
going
word?
for.
Yeah.
What's it mean?
It means portends.
Oh, he doesn't know.
What does that mean?
I think it means to portend, right on me.
And each time this happens, I'm going to bring this up.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Each time this happens, I am going to say that we can actually do something about it, but we're going to have to change our laws.
Oh, nerds.
And this is not something I can do by myself. I've got to have a Congress, and I've got to have state legislatures and governors.
Mayors, don't forget the
who are
mayors.
willing to work with me on this. I hope and pray that I don't have to come out again during my tenure as president to offer my condolences to families in these circumstances. But based on my experience as president, I can't guarantee that. And that's terrible to say. And it can change. May God bless the memories of those who were killed today. May He bring comfort to their families.
Yeah, all right, I don't want to hear the prayer. That's fucking annoying. It's like, stop it. Stop it asking God for shit. If the prayers were going to help and bring comfort. Can you imagine if you asked God to help you out? Hey, could you bring some comfort? Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If that actually worked, you might go, hey, fucko, where were you when the fucking shots were being fired?
Right.
You're going to step in and provide comfort, but you didn't do anything to stop him from shooting the kid?
Doesn't make sense to you, huh?
No, it's just enough already with the fight. I mean, he means well, and people mean well when they say that, and they're sincere. But it drives me fucking crazy. It's such an empty waste. Ask God for comfort. How about you ask God not to let you get shot?
Start there.
Yeah, or how about that? Or for the gun to misfire.
Right.
If God's going to help, that's literally like you're getting raped and God does nothing, but He shows up to make sure that your doors are locked when you go to the hospital. Fucking waste.
All right. A few phone calls. Sean in Alabama. Go ahead, Sean.
Morning, boys.
Good morning.
What's annoying with a fucking president? He comes out when it's right for his agenda. In this situation, it's a lone gunman. But yet, what he will not mention is in his home city, which has some of the strictest gun laws in America, 50 to 60 people were shot this past weekend, and you haven't heard a word about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Chicago. The numbers in Chicago are
They're terrible.
ridiculous.
It's like every weekend. It's every weekend in Chicago. It's Beirut.
It's a good point.
50 to 60 is, I think, a little high, but still, every weekend, the numbers out of Chicago are ridiculous.
But it's not reported the same way either, dude. One mass shooting for some reason in a college is reported as so much more of a serious incident than fucking 13 gang members shooting each other. Or it's just reported differently.
Yeah.
Well, it's black on black crime doesn't get the same news coverage as white on black crime or white on white crime.
Right.
but it's not the guns, it's the fucking mentally ill.
Yeah, but it's also, dude, I agree with you, but it's also the guns. You can't say the guns have nothing to do with it.
No, fair enough.
At this point, like, he raised a smart point about, like Britain and these other countries, they have fucking nuts in their countries. They have these fucking mentally ill people that don't take their medication and just become a burden on everybody and wind up killing people. They have the same thing. And yeah, they have stabbings and people that beat you to death with a bat, and they have these fucking worthless kooks in other countries too, but it's harder for them to kill 12 or 20 people at a time.
No, fair enough. And me personally, being in this redneck state that I'm in, I don't own a gun. But at the same time, I don't have anything against them, but it's shit like this that makes you want to go out and say, all right, if this happens, I need to be prepared.
It makes it hard not to go out and get a gun when you see all these shootings happening. You know, that's why I don't think there's going to be a solution. They know for a fact after these mass shootings that the sales of guns go up, way up. It spikes after every single one of these shootings.
And Kath, there's a woman on Twitter who's saying something that I've kind of heard before too, which is that the number they're quoting is 80% of the mass shootings are including the gang shooting numbers too. But I don't care. It's because it's still, even though it's not my neighborhood that's happening in, it's still the bottom line is if you're going through one of those neighborhoods, you're in danger of being fucking. It's like I don't want to be a fucking a victim of a random shot either.
Yeah, I think a mass shooting is classified as anything involving more than 4.
Oh, okay,
people.
Okay. Yeah, and there's good people in those neighborhoods that have to deal with that shit.
Yeah,
and there's also a lot of suicides in that number.
Sure.
That needs to be brought into the discussion.
Yeah, the suicide should probably be pulled out of it because if you're going to kill yourself...
I don't know how many suicides by guns there are in America every year, but that it's got to be pretty high as well.
Yeah, I would probably take out the...
and they put that into the total number.
Yeah, because again, you can't do ban rope or ban fucking ladders. You know, people kill themselves. It is what it is.
According to this website I'm looking at, there is a person shot in Chicago every 2 minutes and 49 seconds. And there
were 4 people shot since yesterday.
And this year, 2,319 people have been shot
in Chicago alone. Yeah, it's a really bad situation up there. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to go to
Mr.
Chris in Jersey. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, the governor's calling in. Hello.
Hey, wrong.
Part of my point was the Chicago, that he just ignored Chicago. But another point is that he had already politicized it. Parents were still waiting at the checking point for the last bus of students to come, and those students probably weren't going to show up. And he's already on the air trying to get votes for his party.
But let me ask you, in something like that, what he's basically saying is you should politicize it because this is how you change the laws. That was kind of his point.
He's telling you who to vote for next.
But Miss, what would you expect him to say as the president? What would have made you happy?
He should not be saying anything yet. You have to have the victims identified first.
What?
Their families know.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You absolutely. I disagree.
It's so wrong.
Why is it wrong for the president, if he's going to make a speech about something, to have to wait and go, well, has everyone been identified? Like, for what? It's not like he's...
He doesn't make a speech about 50. And Opie said that the numbers in Chicago were a little high. No, they weren't. There were 50 people shot.
Did you like Obama's speech at all?
No, because I don't find him sincere at all. He says what he's told to say.
Who tells him to say it? This I have to hear.
I thought...
Who tells him to say it?
I thought he was very sincere.
Of course.
I don't agree with everything he said, but he seemed, as far as a human being goes, to come across being pretty sincere.
Who tells him what to say?
Speaking from the heart.
Speechwriters. But you think he's doing that?
Hold on a second. Do you think that Wayne LaPierre or any other politician or any other member of any organization writes their own speech? They all have speechwriters. Every one of them. What's that?
Donald Trump does.
He's one of the only... Yes, Trump does do it, and that's, I think, what's refreshing about him. Mm-hmm. But, don't think Ronald Reagan didn't have speechwriters. Don't think Bush didn't have speechwriters. Don't think Clinton didn't have... They all do.
But then they're able to go off script a little bit.
I think it's wrong to go that quickly.
All right.
To come out that quickly because... And I love you guys, and I usually agree with you, and I usually agree with Jimmy, but... kissing Obama's ass on this one.
But Miss, it's not kissing Obama's ass.
If he doesn't, then people are saying, why isn't the president saying anything?
That's exactly right.
All
I'm not kissing his ass. He seemed a bit sincere, talking yesterday to the American people.
So should Bush not have said anything until all 3,000 or whatever victims of 9/11
Phenomenal
were identified?
Point, Miss.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was handled properly.
Oh, was it?
In the towers.
Hold on. That's a great question by Travis. Could you ask that again, Travis, please?
Yeah. Was it okay for Bush to make a statement when all 3,000 or whatever of the victims of 9/11 were not identified yet?
Well, that was a little different.
Why?
Because it was such a huge. That was terrorism. This is some nut.
This is domestic terrorism.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
Yes, it is.
Of course it is.
That's not terrorism.
It's
Of
domestic
course it
terrorism.
is.
Sure it is.
Miss, what's the difference? Like, when you think about...
What was his terroristic affiliation?
It doesn't mean it doesn't matter if he has an affiliation or not. Terrorism doesn't matter what the motive of terrorism
That's not the
is.
definition of terrorism.
He has to have an affiliation.
Yeah, that's not...
And by the way, he was, I believe, a Muslim shooting Christians in the head.
He wasn't a Muslim.
He wasn't a Muslim?
This guy wasn't.
I believe he was.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know if he was or wasn't, but he was shooting Christians.
Hold on, Miss. He was saying, "Are you Christian?" and shooting people in the head if they said yes.
That's a terrorist act.
And he's saying that they answered. He shot him in the head.
And if he didn't answer, he shot him in the legs. He was asking if they were Christian.
Yes, but he was shooting anyone, no matter what.
But look what you're doing. Look what you're doing to try to prove your point. Instead of just admitting, like, oh yeah, maybe it was domestic terrorism, because that might make Travis's point about 9/11. Just to make your point, you're going, well, it's not terrorism. And I'm saying that they're saying he's Muslim. And again, I can only go by what I've read.
I don't know how you can compare this guy to Bin Laden's people.
A Muslim who is targeting certain people.
And there's also,
it doesn't even matter if he's Muslim. It really doesn't
there's
matter.
also different levels of terrorism.
You just won't. You want to just find a reason why what Bush said was okay in that time, and why Obama said wasn't. They both come out and speak before the whole carnage is finished. There was still a giant pile of rubble.
I just don't see how you can compare 9/11 to this bullshit.
Well, I'm not comparing the level of bullshit.
I'm challenging your point. Your point was that he shouldn't have said anything until all the victims were identified.
In order to get votes for his party in the next election, Bush didn't come out and say, oh, well, in the next election, whatever point he could come up with that would benefit Republicans.
Well, I think that's where you're not being honest with yourself. I mean, if Obama's trying to get votes for his party, you don't think Bush didn't try to get votes for his party? Both sides do that all the time, no matter what issue is. Huh? Oh, God. This is why I hate talking about this stuff, because, and no offense to you, everyone has their position in this country and will not fucking budge whatsoever. So it's almost not even worth bringing up ever.
But what should he have done?
You guys aren't budging.
What do you mean I'm not budging? I'm in the middle on it. Like, I think that gun owners have the right to own guns, and I do change my opinion.
I said a lot of things. I said that the gun-free zones are ridiculous, and I also said I don't know what the solution is. I'm not saying take everyone's guns away. I'm not saying make tougher gun laws. I honestly have no solution whatsoever. But I feel
defending guns. I'm not defending guns. I'm not a gun person. What I'm saying is that he has to always twist it.
They
talk about the next election, that the people should vote Democratic.
You're not 100% wrong there, but where you're being in a bit of denial is the fact that both sides do that.
Everyone does it.
Everyone does that. Bush absolutely did that. And I liked what Bush said after 9/11. I kind of liked the speech he gave at the time. And guess what? And I liked what Obama said yesterday.
But he didn't try to get votes in the wake of a disaster.
All right, okay. All right, Chris.
He didn't use 9/11.
All right, we gave.
Of course, Rudy Giuliani didn't talk about 9/11 when he was running? Come on, that's all he talked about 10 years later.
That's a good point.
But I mean, he didn't use a political agenda.
Miss, it's not a I don't think he's talking about fuck the Republicans. It's just, and again, whether you. All right, you just
okay.
All right, okay.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, cool.
One more thing.
All right, we
No.
gave you your time. Thank you so much for calling the show. We gave you 8 minutes.
And as far as me not budging is like,
I don't even feel like
Travis raised a smart point. And it's like no matter what you say, she's going to find a reason why it was wrong that he came out. Well, he should have waited 2 hours?
Yeah, what days? Like, how many days are you supposed to wait for the leader of the country to make a statement?
And they all
on the biggest
politicize
story?
everything.
Yeah.
And yet because he said it should be politicized, and this is why. But Trump speaking honestly is good, but him saying that honestly, it's like...
Yeah, because then if he doesn't speak, then the entire news cycle is, why isn't the president talking?
Exactly right.
It's just silly.
Look, I mean...
What kind of leader is he? He's not even making a statement.
But then it's almost like when you continually change, like, okay, he's just saying what they tell him to say. So you ask, well, who is they?
Right.
His speechwriters. Okay, but then why make that argument when every president has fucking speechwriters? Bush had them. Liberal conservatives, they all have them.
But it's not like
That's a non-point.
I don't think that Trump doesn't.
He probably does too. Yeah.
Trump has some to a point. You know, he goes off script way more than anybody else. But he's consulting people before he goes out there.
But this woman's making it sound like someone walked in, handed him cards, and said, "Read this."
Yeah, no,
the president was obviously upset by what happened. I'm sure he turned to his speechwriters and said, "You know, I want to get my point across." He explained what his point is, and they put it down in a way that would make it easily digestible.
Question open with a joke.
We have a gun problem in this country. What is the solution? I do not fucking know. But at least we could all acknowledge we do have a gun issue in this country.
I gave the solution. Hashtag everybody smile.
Everybody smile with a Y, right?
Y? Yeah.
Everybody smile with a Y.
Everybody smile.
And the biggest problem this country has is everyone has their position, and they will not fucking budge from that position.
You're a libtard.
No, I know, because that's what you did. And both sides do it. You watch these news programs. I'm thinking to myself that would be exhausting because you got these people yelling and screaming at each other, not even listening to each other, and then they don't want to listen to the other person. They're just waiting for them to stop, like we've said many times in this show, so they can make their point. And no one tries to find a middle ground or try to figure out a way where we can work together. That is the biggest problem in this country.
And
on many issues.
Someone's tweeting me he was white and he had a disdain for organized religion. That may be true. So the Muslim Report may be wrong, but I've read that he was.
Right.
It doesn't matter. He's a mentally ill fucking nothing.
All right.
Just another one.
All right.
I can't wait until science figures this fucking shit out. I really can't. When you're in the womb, they find that one gene that makes you that way.
Yeah.
Fucking vacuum you out.
I think you got to move forward a whole bunch of years. But I think when people are starting to, plan a family, they will do it. They will do it that way. They will look at their stuff and go, "Well, this is the better egg right here, or the better spermie."
Your DNA eats ass. We're gonna squash that underfoot.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. And we only found one sperm that might work for you.
Yeah.
But I bet you people start, planning their families that way.
Right.
Some already do it that way.
So I have a question for you.
They start picking out individual sperms.
As a parent, would you get a gun?
I'm not a parent.
Opie.
Oh.
Would you get a gun to protect your family?
How do you know I don't have one, you son of a bitch?
I'm just guessing.
How do you know?
See, when I lived in the city, and you're in an apartment building with a doorman and stuff like that, there's a certain level of security. When I moved out and various things happened.
Straw dogs.
I did buy a gun. I own guns. And I was anti-gun.
Hope you mistake one for your toothbrush.
But I have a safe. I have, various safety precautions. But
your first thought is when this stuff happens, go get a gun.
Right.
And that is not I think that's a normal thought to have.
You're going to feel bad if he does mistake one for his toothbrush.
Can you imagine if I actually...
Your face will be so red.
You'd have a better chance if they mistook his hairbrush.
My face will be red, but that'll be all the blood rushing to my penis with joy.
So if I killed myself, you would masturbate?
Accidentally. No, my dick would just vomit on its own. But not that I want to see you dead. It would just be funny.
Yeah.
Do you sit there at night just going, a 1, a 2, a 3?
No.
How many times you got to brush your hair on each side before you're okay?
I have to do it in the morning.
And it's about 100 times.
It's about 100.
Really?
Well, it's a lot. In the morning, I have to do it when it's wet.
I haven't combed my hair in decades.
Really?
Decades. it creates a bit of a dandruff situation.
Oh, I have to deal with that as well.
Because I'm not scraping it out, I guess, with the comb.
Right.
But I don't own a comb. I don't own a brush.
You see, I bring a brush with me.
I own a little wax that I might throw in there every once in a while.
Wax?
Yeah, hair wax.
A little hair wax. But I don't own a comb or a brush, and I haven't for a long, long time.
My daughters,
even when I was growing my hair long, I wasn't brushing.
My daughters will like sit there and play with my hair and like put things in it and stuff. Keeps them quiet.
Before we go to break, Eric in the Poconos has a very good thought on the whole Obama thing. Go ahead, Eric.
Hi, I'd like to talk about Michelle.
Yes.
She has man muscles.
She absolutely does. Thanks for your call.
And people are saying on Twitter that he's not a Muslim, so maybe he was not. I don't want to say he was.
I really didn't know.
But the bottom line is, he was saying, "Are you a Christian?" And and if they say he hated organized religion, okay, but he was not killing people for.
Yeah, I know that he hated organized religion because the newspaper reported that he joined a Facebook group saying, "I don't like religion."
All right. You guys have nothing on...
Hashtag obvious.
You have nothing on Michelle Obama having man arms? She absolutely has man arms. We should be talking about that for at least an hour.
That's the next hour.
Yes, we should. All right, we got a break. Jim Norton, what do you got going on?
Just my normal shit. I have tickets going on sale today for San Francisco. Of course, I don't have my fucking sheet in front of me.
Wait, we'll pull it up.
Because I'm a complete asshole. But I'm going to be at Cobb's in San Francisco. Why would I have my sheet?
Right there.
It's not listed.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
We'll figure it out next break, all right? We got Diamond Dallas Page, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Scott Hall coming in to talk about that great movie I saw last night, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts. A very, very good documentary.
I got it.
You got it. Go ahead, Jim.
10 a.m. today, they go on sale. I'm at Cobb's December 3, 4, 5, and then next weekend is Irvine, California. I'm just doing a whole West Coast thing.
Ooh. And Everybody Smile already has 3 retweets. So
whoa. 3 retweets?
Yeah. God
get it out there.
This show gets things done.
Fucking viral.
Yep. Very nice. Also, we had Gilbert Gottfried on the show yesterday. It was a wonderful hour. It was great. It was everything I thought it would be. We've wanted him on this show for a very long time, but you know, he was in Howard Stern's camp for all those years, and you know, a lot of people are asking, were you banned from asking about Howard? I just felt like we didn't need to. I felt like
I didn't think of it.
I feel like Gilbert Gottfried is just such a funny guy and a guy I've admired for many years and have wanted on this show. It's like, let's just bring him in and have fun. Maybe the next time he comes in, we could talk about that, I guess. But I said to myself, you know what? We just don't need to go there today.
I never think of Howard. Like, not in a shitty way. I just don't, like, when a guest comes in, I don't think of, like, why aren't you doing Stern? And
No, I just wanted Gilbert Gottfried in here because I know he does great radio and he's a hilarious guy. And I personally decided I didn't need to mention it yesterday, I guess. I don't know. But that's the answer. And we decided to put the whole video up of his appearance. So go to my YouTube page, Opie Radio, and we'll tweet it out and stuff.
An hour we're putting up? Wow.
About 50 minutes, yeah. Every once in a while we'll go long form. It was just too damn good. I enjoyed the whole thing. I guess we could have done shorter clips too, but whatever. Just if you want to check it out, go. And if you don't, that's fine too. We will be right back. All right, we're back. Jimmy's taking a leak. Jessimae, what's up?
What's up?
Welcome to the show for the first time.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God.
I feel honored.
You feel honored? Why?
I do. You know, you guys are doing your thing.
We are doing our thing.
It's an honorable thing to be a part of something that's actually working.
You think it's working?
I mean, I just hope it is.
Is there a buzz out there on us?
There is.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of like a herpes situation. It's more of an itch than a buzz.
What are you hearing?
It's more what I'm feeling.
You're
it's a
feeling
sensation.
All right. It's an itchy sensation in your lip?
It's a burny, itchy thing.
Oh, no. I don't know if that's good. You just don't want that to grow. So he says there's a buzz on us out there, Jimmy.
Oh,
kind of like,
I haven't heard it.
Kind of like a herpes thing, though.
Yes.
I said it was more of an itch.
It's growing and
it was more of a rashy thing.
Yeah, something you notice, but you're not necessarily happy with.
Yeah, but it's super contagious, so that's good.
Super contagious.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I forgot I was on the radio. I was actually out just having a nice conversation. I'm like, oh, there's a fucking radio show. What am I doing?
You're just in the hallway by the water cooler.
Yeah. I really was just chit-chatting like an idiot.
We do a little chit-chatting during the breaks.
You're good friends with Sam and Troy, too.
Yeah.
I was seeing Sam was showing photos from the hot tub. And
yeah, we were chilling in L.A. Both those boys stayed with me in L.A.
Really?
We were all in a hot tub together. Troy and Sam have
horrible bodies.
It's just hugely palpable chemistry.
As men?
Oh, yeah.
You think there's something going on there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A lot of fingers being lost in those shorts.
Yeah, Troy brings out something in certain men. Like, I think Sam is not
AIDS.
gay. It's what?
It's AIDS.
Oh, I hope so. That's great news for the radio show.
And Troy,
Sam has the HIV.
Awesome. And Troy has said over the years he's down for whatever. So
Yeah.
he's down for whatever.
Yeah, Troy's down for whatever. That's what people need. More people like that in the world.
Were you wearing a bikini when they were?
No,
in the
I was
hot
wearing
tub?
a sweatsuit. Yeah, it was in a jacuzzi.
All right. I just wanted to.
A
I'm just
bikini.
wondering. I just want to fantasize for a second.
Or like a one piece. Am I one of those girls that's like, I'm really conservative? No, it was like a bikini. Too small for a children's party.
Did you get a creepy vibe from either of them or no?
No, man. I was looking for the creepy vibe. Like, I'm a single girl. Send the creepy vibe in the hot tub. If any place to send a creepy vibe, it's in a hot tub.
Hot tubs stink.
Hot tubs are
They
great.
get
I will
so
say,
hot after 2 minutes. You think they're great, and then you get in there and go, "Oh yeah, this
They're great in colder weather."
Yeah, it's a limiting experience. You
It
can't be in there
is.
because you get pruned.
Right, because they have a cup holders like that. Who could stay in there for a whole freaking drink?
What kind of jacuzzis have you been
I've never
in?
seen a cup holder.
Cup holders are on the side.
That's a movie theater seat.
That's you pissing your pants in a movie theater.
I've never seen a cup
Someone
holder.
back me up on this.
A
Is it-
jacuzzi with a cup holder?
Yeah, there's places to put your beer or your red cup.
That's a different kind. I've never been in a jacuzzi
I've
with a
never
cup
seen
holder.
that. No, but then again, I've never been in one with a girl either.
You've just been in a tub with children.
Yeah, it's a waiting pool and we're just making bubbles.
I guess I'm
waiting for them to get older.
I guess I'm talking more hot tub than jacuzzi. Jacuzzis are a bit larger, right? What's the difference between a jacuzzi and a hot tub?
Well, a hot tub, I feel like I think they're kind of synonymous. But
They are.
Maybe a size is a factor.
The hot tubs have the cup holders.
I sexually harassed a hot tub in Miami.
What?
What does that mean?
Or maybe it sexually harassed me. I used the jets.
The jets?
Oh,
Yeah.
good for you.
It's amazing how replaceable men are.
Right, not even it's not even an object, it's water flow.
Yeah.
It's just a pump. It's not even like there was a physical object.
But
it
doesn't
happened
that-
on accident.
But I've heard women do that with shower heads and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't that, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just so fucking far gone in my perversion, but is that enough, just the feeling? Like,
No. It doesn't replace the weight of a man. Like, if you're a heterosexual woman, like, the weight of a man is irreplaceable.
the weight, you like the weight.
The weight, the girth, all of that. The smell.
But I mean, you got to adjust your, dare I say, your clitoris just right if you want to
It
get
sounds
off.
like a dinosaur, doesn't it, when
I
you say
know.
it like that?
Yes.
You
But
just sound like a paleontologist. Clitoris. What are you, professor?
Clitoris.
Clitoris.
But you got to make sure it's just right with those jets.
Yeah,
or
it's
that
a
could be a bit
positioning
painful,
problem.
right?
Yeah.
What do? Go just above it a little bit?
It just depends on the day, Depends on the air temperature.
You don't take a direct hit from the
No,
jet.
you
That's
can't.
what I'm saying.
No, you're going to bruise yourself. You're going to bust
Okay.
an ovary.
But the weight of a man, that's interesting, the weight.
That's just something like for me.
Wow, that's a really visceral image. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, it's just one thing when I think about dudes and are they replaceable? Can vibrators and imagination replace a man? But nothing can replace the weight of a man.
See, I would hate that weight because I'm very claustrophobic and I have very bad sinuses. Not to ruin the radio show once again discussing them, but the weight would drive me nuts.
Well, it's not just like him. I'm not just talking about a guy laying on you. It's just more of the whole experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You kind of you like that. You like the smell.
Yeah.
Do you like a guy with or without deodorant? Like, I know it's a weird question, but I kind of like. I'm okay with a little bit. Yeah, I
'Cause
like
it's
that on a
nature.
woman.
A little funk. Just
A little
bit.
funk.
A little bit.
But
Do you like a little funk
Yeah.
You do
on
right?
a woman?
A little funk and a little dirt, but
Yeah.
But I mean, Jimmy goes all in. He wants to
I'm
make sure they're
you're
not
just,
showering
You're out
and
there
stuff
with
at
a
times.
mongoose, right?
Not filthy. No, I like a nice natural musky.
I think most people do because that scent exists to attract.
It's
a
very
natural
animalistic.
thing.
Yes, that's how we used to do it back in
Right.
the day. So it triggers something, I guess, in the brain that's
Totally.
been dead in there for whatever thousands of years.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why we have body hair down there.
Well-
The hair quaffs our scent out into the universe.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought it was to stop dirt from falling on
That's
your
a part.
helmet.
I mean, it's like a silly. Yeah, it's like a protection, but it also quaffs a scent.
But what about
I like the word quaff.
That's a great word. You've said it twice, and I've never said it. And now I'm going to start using it every day on this show.
Just quaff it out.
What about this though? The perfumes have tricked me over the years into thinking I liked someone.
Yeah, that's interesting how that works.
They're wearing a perfume like, oh, I love that scent, and then you get tricked like.
Then you start smelling it and following women in grocery stores.
Or actually even going out with them, and then you realize, wait a minute, I was just into her fake scent and not her real scent.
You've gone out with a woman based on her perfume alone?
Sure, because they were wearing the right scent back in the day.
Geez, some a perfume company needs to hit you up.
But I'm saying, I bet you it's tricked a lot of people.
Yeah. See, I don't really wear perfume. I'm not a perfume chick.
Because the natural scent is supposed to be the attraction, where you're attracted to certain smells that are natural, and you're supposed to be sort of with those people. But then you get the fake scent thrown in there; it messes up your head.
And the fake scent can cover up.
And it's led to the big divorce rate. I'm telling you.
Because your fake scent is ruining my receptors.
Yeah, this is a real thing.
No, I believe like if we took away all the perfume and we just smelled each other, that it goes back to like ancestry and it goes back to like your carnal existence as us beginning as human beings. Yeah. That I know somewhere subconsciously your smell is attracting me because your DNA replaces something that is missing in my DNA.
You get it.
That's what I think.
I've also didn't even give a girl a chance because she had the shitty perfume.
Shitty perfume?
The flowery old lady type perfume.
See, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
So maybe I was meant for that person, but she just had a bad choice in perfume.
Quaffed it.
Excellent choice of words. I'll probably use it wrong. Like, man, for the last time I drank, I got so quaffed. Wrong.
A buzzer goes off.
You know, there's sometimes somebody's scent you just don't like either. That's a weird one. And again, I think that's a great point about DNA, because I'm like, why? Like, I've dated girls who are clean and they brush their teeth and but there was something about their smell that made me want to throw them down the steps. And I'm like, this is nature telling you, do not breed with this fucking person.
I really believe in that.
Yeah.
See?
It reminded me one girl I kissed reminded me of my sister.
Wow.
And it was a weird thing.
Was it your sister?
No, it was my mother, which is odd. But it was just reminding me of my sister. It was not a bad smell, but it was just familiar, and I immediately couldn't hook up with her. And I figured that's nature just repelling you, so you don't like fuck up the genetic line.
100%. And then some people are just so attracted to their sisters.
Yes,
they can't even help it.
How many hard pricks and wet vaginas are there right now listening to this fucking completely devoid of sexual chat?
I just brought it right in. 8 a.m.
And Jessimae Peluso is playing the Stress Factory this weekend. We got to let the people know tonight and tomorrow.
That's right.
You sell a lot of tickets, Jessimae, because of Girl Code.
Girl Code put me on the map.
But really well. I mean, you were touring with Pete's girlfriend, Carly.
Yep. We started.
You guys still out together or no?
No, we went on tour for like a year, 2 years ago, and then we just did our own things after that.
Nice.
I think it's hard to maintain it. Then it becomes like a thing after you
Girl
have
Code
to,
and Guy Code, two huge shows.
Yeah.
I
think Girl Code's bigger though. Like for some reason, I think that resonated. Is that bigger than Guy Code?
Yeah, because it was on MTV. Guy Code was on MTV too, so I think just like the accessibility to the audience is different.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You feel like it's cheap now?
Oh no, Girl Code I think is big. Guy Code is good, but then you hear it's on MTV too, and we're on MTV. It's like wah, wah. Oh no.
Yeah, no. I think Girl
Code is
strong audience. Those girls are nuts.
I'm out of the demo for Girl Code.
Yeah, I mean,
it does huge numbers, but
do you have kids?
Yeah,
daughters?
They're too young.
How old?
5 and 3.
Oh man. Oh,
so
I can't imagine. 2 girls?
No, 1 and 1.
Okay, good. At least you got like a little balance there.
Yeah.
The boy can look out for the chick.
Yes.
I can't imagine raising a daughter in this generation, man. With the Snapchats and the Instagrams, everyone's concerned about what they look like.
As soon as I heard we were having a daughter, I actually screamed in the doctor's office. I said no.
I would have too.
I went, no.
You're like, I don't want any kids.
No, it was my second. I was looking at the sonogram, and I was convinced I saw a penis, and I was sitting there like, all right, I'm good. And then
it was just a giant labia.
Wrong. I was fucking wrong.
It was a leg. You got your hopes up.
It was a thumb. He doesn't understand anatomy.
And then
he's got 2 penises. Those are his hands. Oh, it's okay.
Why does he have 10 dicks?
And then my first thought was, no, I wasn't ready for that. I know how boys think.
Yeah.
And I know what boys are up to.
And in this generation, like just being a chick growing up in this, everything is so self-absorbed and it's all about how you look and it's not about substance. I would just
Don't you think it's getting easier to be a woman though?
Hell no. Women are ruining it for women.
But like 20 years ago, it was
so much. Nobody knew anything. You could be who you were. No, you didn't have to. It wasn't broadcasted. Now it's ruined. Women are destroying women. We're taking ourselves down.
In what way?
Because you go on Instagram. Look what people post. Everything is. It's just so. Over filtered and tits are out and it's not about substance. Women are like, feminism and we want to be strong and we want to be smart and taken seriously. And a majority of them are just objectifying themselves.
Right.
And wondering why they can't find some dude that wants to settle down with them. And I'm not saying it's so black and white, but, enough with the tit pics, is what I say. Leave some stuff to imagination.
You want us
This is where Jessimae and I will part company.
You want us to
That's what I'm saying. Like, of course you guys are going to eat it up. I don't blame dudes for eating it up.
I like there's a certain amount of intrigue, and there's a really weird line with that, because when women won't show anything, like when they're like totally like, you got to earn it, I lose interest. But if somebody gives you everything, you're right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's a balance to be had.
You don't have to send me a photo of you squatting over a mirror.
Yeah, I don't need to
that's a
see
bit
like
much.
I don't need to see into your, like, I don't want to know, is it your throat or your vaginal hole that I'm looking into?
Yeah, you have to guess the hole.
Is this a dental photo, or did you mean to send this to your OBGYN?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, there's a line, but I like to see some stuff, like something, because when women will send me photos sometimes, and there's certain photos they send, and it's just like, I'm so into that person. It's like all I can think of. It's
right.
Like, there's so many distractions online, and there's so many distractions. It's easy for someone who thinks, you're not going to get a look, to go, okay, bye, next. And then you move on to something else because everything is so visual.
So do you think as a dude that you just move on to stuff quicker now?
Immediately.
Because, see?
Immediately.
But are men doing that, or are women making it so that happens? Women are sending you stuff, correct? They're posting things.
Yes, but there's also, even when they won't send, even when it's not like that, there's pornography. There's so many ways.
Yeah, there's other things outside of just what women are posting. That everyone's so distracted, and it's like people don't focus.
Right.
I wonder what's going to happen. That's why I always wonder about men who have daughters, what their growing up is going to be like. Mine was different because I grew up without all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
no cell phones.
The attention span is ridiculous.
The attention span. So that's going to do something to the
you
brain.
You think that'll turn around and go back the other way eventually?
Not back the other way, but I think you get used to it. Like I've said,
you adjust.
Yeah, our generation, we're kind of learning. Like no one's had this before. People growing up now, I think they're becoming a bit more detached. But you guys are more used to it if you're 25.
And now we're sounding old because that generation will figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Everyone's going to figure everything out. Nobody freak out.
Every generation does figure it out.
Look at this.
They'll make it work.
Yeah, look at me preaching. Whoa. I got my ass up in the air.
Is that Troy throwing you in the air?
That's Troy throwing me, yeah.
Wow, you guys look like you had a good time.
We had a fun time in L.A.
In the jacuzzi he was throwing you? That's a little risky.
It is a little risky. It's a very small jacuzzi. I don't have health insurance. I could have gone one way.
Oh my God, that could have ended up like fucking. You could have ended up like Hillary Swank in that boxing movie.
Move the stool! Damn you, Clint Eastwood!
I wish I remembered the name of it instead of saying that boxing movie like my fucking
$1 Million
aunt.
Baby.
God, yes, I just saw that.
But I knew it. I knew you were very, very descriptive.
And Morgan Freeman once again doing it with the same goddamn inflection. All right, Morgan,
you got nice. You got nice parts.
Hey, thanks.
Look at all the parts. We can see a few parts.
Thank you.
In that
not
photo.
Bad. There's some parts that are working there.
It's better than not bad.
Yeah, it's better.
Don't
that's gonna be my
what you got.
DVD title. Better than not bad. That's
Troy's
amazing.
leaning all the way over with Jessimae in the air, and his arms are.
I posted the pic with a flower covering my pie hole.
Well, let's get you some clicks today. Where is this picture?
Why a flower covering your pie hole?
I just thought it was cute to put a little flower like where my butthole was. Like there's also a flower there.
Really?
Well, I didn't put it. Not this one. This must be like one of the other photos.
We could see the butthole through the bottom.
I have a very pronounced bumhole.
It's very healthy.
It's hereditary.
You want a good deep ass crack. Excellent for storage.
Jimmy loves when it's deep.
Yes, I do.
Deep ass crack. Also a running title for my comedy special.
Do you have one out? A special?
Not yet. Working on the set now. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who you're shooting with, or you don't know?
No, not yet.
Boy, could I have taken a sexy moment and ruined it worse?
No.
So your butthole is deep. By the way, who's your producer? Boo.
Who's your butthole producer?
What a foolish question.
What else is going on with you, Jessimae?
Oh, just touring a lot, living that single life, trying to find some balance on the road. It's hard to find, like a regular fella with the lifestyle I have.
Do you want a regular fella?
I think I wouldn't mind a regular. Yeah. I never really thought I wanted one, but I wouldn't mind a regular fella.
Are guys threatened by it? Seems like it's harder for women who are really funny, and I guess comics, like to take a guy to. Every female comic I know is taking a guy to the show, and a lot of times the guys react really weird, like a lot weirder than a woman reacts if I bring her. It's weird.
It's bizarre,
right?
But I think it is that juxtaposition of a woman doing generally, a quote unquote man's job. Just having the power of being on stage and being funny and sort of conducting an audience. And so it's like, where does the man fall into place with the traditional sense of how men and women exist together?
So how do they react when you've taken them to see you or when they've showed up to see you?
I brought a fella to a show last night to the Stress Factory.
Okay.
Friend, new New guy. Nothing's happened yet.
Did you meet him on Tinder or
No.
Bumble?
We're on the same dating app, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
You saw Jimmy?
Yeah, I saw Jimmy. I was gonna heart him. Because you can do like a little
I've
hearts.
hearted people I knew before.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
going to send you one.
Yeah.
It's coming your way.
It was, I've hearted my trainer a couple of times. I see her twice a week. We're just friends. We just chat. I'll send some obnoxious invitation. And
Wait, so you bring a guy there, but
He was chill. He was like totally.
Are you looking for something a little extra there?
Maybe, but I don't. It's just more of like you feel it out.
Well, I don't want to sound narrow-minded. What race was he?
Jew. He was a Jew.
So you met him on a dating app?
No, I knew him. I've known him for about 8 years.
Oh, all right.
We
That's
met
a little different.
Yeah,
it's a little
So
different.
it's somebody I know.
What kind of a job does he have?
TV producer.
Oh, but he's in the business, so he
He's in the
gets
business
it.
on the other side of the business.
But he still understands what you're going to do on
Yes.
stage and the dynamic. He's not going to be like in this foreign world. Like if you're an accountant and you go with
Right.
a woman on a date,
that's a little
You're right,
strange
that's
for
a
that
big
person.
difference. That's
you're
a
not
big
conducting
difference.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even in the industry.
Doesn't mean
So that's a good
It
point.
doesn't mean they won't get it, but it makes it a little harder.
Makes it a little harder. There's definitely like a bridge.
How was your set?
It was good.
Good, that helps.
Yeah. I know, right? Can you imagine, like, you have those ones where you're just like, I wish you were here tomorrow night.
Nothing worse than shitting the bed with someone in the audience.
I know, and somebody knew, and then you have to, like, explain, and you're like, well, it doesn't normally go that way.
You always like, I always tell them before I go on, like, yeah, like if it's a comedy show, like, yeah, I'm going to work on some new stuff.
Right.
Even if it's stuff I've been doing for 8 years, it's like just
new set.
new stuff. New stuff. If it's new stuff, why are you talking about Mel Gibson? Yeah, no, I understand. It doesn't seem like it's
9/11, is it a new joke?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why are you talking about that? That wasn't very. There's nothing worse than when you can tell you've offended the person. I've had that too.
On girls, you've offended girls that you brought out.
You're not even with sexual stuff, just with whether it was a point about something or just that they didn't really.
People get
didn't resonate.
As a comedian, by people who get offended, aren't you just like, well, why go? I don't understand that. But maybe it's our brain. We function on a different level. Just being offended by words, to me, that says something more about who's being offended than me delivering it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're allowing these words to penetrate you in a sense so much that you're affected and changed. What do you think? Do you like feel weird about people when they get offended by it? Because you know your material, I would think. You get that a lot.
I typically just offend people with ears. But not
anybody who can hear.
Anyone who's paid for this shite. Yeah, it's. I find it very irritating. I don't usually buy it. You know, but I've been offended before, but I didn't want anyone to get in trouble for it. But it's just the culture we're in.
Being a guy that sits in the audience a lot for you guys, most of them have an open mind when they go to a comedy show, and they're not offended. It's a very small percentage. Don't you
it's
think?
a small percentage, but it does exist.
But you do get. I'm always surprised when there is someone that is so offended. I'm like, what were you thinking you were going to see tonight?
Right, and also it's.
Do you understand comedy in general? They not even the performer himself or herself, just comedy in general. They're going to say some crazy, maybe edgy stuff.
Yeah, and if it's something,
and then they're surprised.
And they're surprised by what the content is. And what always blows my mind is when somebody is offended by content that doesn't directly affect them personally. Like, it's just the idea of something. It's not like, if I had like a rape joke and a woman gets offended and she wasn't raped, to me it's like, well, why are you having such a visceral personal connection to this if it's not something that happened to you? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those sort of things sort of like are baffling to me. But they keep me going.
You'll do a rape joke, and then some people are like, that's really offensive because I was raped. But I've also had people, like, I've just gotten letters from, I don't do any, but it's not because I think that you can't do them. I just don't have one right now. But they'll write and go, I'm so happy that so-and-so joked about rape, but there was a rape joke because it makes me feel more normal when I hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I get that from some girls.
Yeah, they feel like it's another event. It's horrible, but it shouldn't never be. Like, you don't make it so taboo that you don't joke about it. But I've had victims say that. So I don't know.
I've had a couple girls too send me messages about that.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, well, if I'm reaching 2 girls, 3 girls that are being like, hey, this is bringing some light to the dark situation, then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep going with it.
Yeah, this is too exhausting to worry
brings
about.
A torch to the castle.
Well, there's too many fucking horrible things. Like, what do you not joke about any of them? There's a million terrible fucking things.
I think every joke is based on almost
something, yeah,
negative or horrible.
Totally.
At least everything in my act is. It's just an hour of fucking agony and painful memories.
I love that you have have is it a unicorn jizzing a rainbow?
It's not my shirt. It's what's her name? Anya Marina.
Oh, that's a great shirt.
She's great. Yeah,
that's a great shirt.
Jimmy wears that one a lot.
I love that.
I like her shirt a lot.
He loves that one.
It's so cute. You're like, oh, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she's really good.
I will say, when you do tackle these tougher topics like rape and stuff, the joke better be damn good.
It better be damn good.
Yeah,
yeah.
Really better craft that perfectly.
Yeah, it has to be intelligent too, and it can't just be a scatological comment on something. It has to have a point.
Yeah, because that could turn on you quickly.
It could turn on you immediately because people sometimes
and even if it is clever and really
they can still turn on you.
And really funny,
There's a lot of factors with material like that. When it's sensitive material, your confidence has to be in check. Your material has to be in check. Your timing, it has to be so well crafted for it to work, and it takes having to work it out to get it there. That's something that I've struggled with. I have like a bunch of jokes that are controversial that I'm trying to figure out.
I do Caitlyn Jenner material. I know everyone is surprised at that. Wow. But it's funny, like I've in the cellar said, and as I started to talk about, let's talk about Caitlyn Jenner. And not in my crowd, people don't give a fuck, but in the cellar or whether or not, you literally say Caitlyn Jenner, people go, oh. And I make it, I address it like you're groaning before you know where I'm going with it.
You just say the name and they awe?
Because they assume that you're going to say something horrible or, you know what I mean?
Man.
Like they've just been so trained to fucking react that way.
It's so weird. It's one of those topics that is completely hands off for the masses.
Bizarre.
I think for a group to get complete acceptance, they should be made fun of.
But then I win them over
and should be able to take the joke, and then you really have acceptance in this society.
You almost said society
because that damn
What's
clip.
Society?
It's from a clip we watched years ago. A Quincy clip. You a Quincy fan? You too young for Quincy?
Yeah, maybe.
About the coroner who played by his own set of rules. I mean, we all loved Quincy. And there's one where he addresses a punk rock group, and it's a very, very believable moment.
Society.
I don't think you should be battering a group or anything like that, but to get the acceptance, you should be able to take the joke and be made fun of.
Yeah, because you take the power of whatever it is over.
Right.
If you don't let it, if you rise above the being offended.
Yeah, it's very silly. But it's weird when you mention the subject, how people just go like, whoa. And it's not a groan like, oh, this shit again. It's the groan of people who are like, this is going to be, oh.
Yes.
Don't do that. Like,
oh, come on.
I'm like, just give me a chance to bother you first. Like, wait till I say something awful.
Don't anticipate it.
Yes.
Yeah. Let it just happen.
Maybe I set it up wrong. Maybe I say we're going to talk about the godless Caitlyn Jenner. Maybe it's
do you say we're going to talk about Caitlyn Jenner?
I think I'll say let's chat about the delightful Caitlyn Jenner. Or I'll say something else. Because there was one line I was opening with, which was a joke, and it was getting a laugh. But I was afraid it stepped on something else that I said, and it took away from a punchline. So I had to set it up a little bit differently. So sometimes I didn't know how to set it up. So it's like I just set it up literally by saying, now let's just chat about this, even though it's not a funny way to set it up. But it doesn't step on something.
And as soon as you bring it up, you could already hear the energy changing.
But I like opening with the joke part of it. I probably should do that again, because I did that again recently where I got I open up with a line on it, and I should just chance that it's going to step on something.
Yeah, totally.
You found the clip?
Yeah, I think it is.
Society.
This is Quincy. He interrupts. What's happening is we all know Quincy.
I want to say society every time because of this dumb clip we did years ago.
It's not Quincy saying it, right? It's
no,
other
it's not Quincy. Quincy speaks properly, for Pete's sake.
This is the punk rock episode where someone OD'd on codeine.
Abigail.
Thank you.
Abigail that sounds like fun.
OD'd on codeine.
Okay.
And Quincy interrupts a punk rock
to give a speech
show.
Hilarious.
To give a speech, and he's the coroner who's taking matters into it. It's the worst. And he's got a fucking sweater on with a collared shirt.
Oh my God! Look at his collared shirt over the sweater.
Could you go back to the beginning of his speech? Because now,
quickly,
we might as well do the whole thing now.
Well,
I mean, where he's sitting?
No.
Just the brief talk to the punk rock crowd.
Just get your shit together.
I had it.
It's terrible.
All right, here.
Son of a.
We have reason to believe that she's with Zach's real murderer, Molly Howard, and Molly is trying to push her into a codeine overdose. So please, if you have any information.
That's a crock, mister. You think we're all zombie killers.
You're the killers. Your whole sick society. Guilty, man.
Very, very organic and believable dialogue.
Azaria? Who was that?
That was wonderful dialogue.
They couldn't commit. The girl had to be...
acting was, hey, mister!
Yeah, go back because there's a little more. They can't commit, though. She has to be on codeine. I mean, they're already...
awful drugs.
Much harder drugs going on when this...
Codeine's amazing.
When Quincy was out.
Overdose. So please, if you have any information.
That's a crock, mister. You think we're all zombie killers.
Oh.
You're the killers. Your whole sick society. That's who's guilty, man. We're just your lousy scapegoat.
Scapegoat, that's right.
Oh my God.
Who is
Bruce
that guy?
And then,
the music, the guy goes, "Who the hell cares?" And, and then the next thing is Quincy's dancing with a woman.
Yeah, the editing is like really bizarre.
It goes right to Quincy dancing. He's like, "Well, fuck that bitch and her codeine." Quincy needs some stinky.
2 seconds ago, he was all sad. Like, oh boy,
and now he's just in
my
a bar
speech was a bust.
grinding on some whore.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel
Quincy
like I'm
got
on
the
codeine
ladies.
watching this episode.
He certainly did.
Quincy got the ladies.
Boy, Quincy really
That's
recovered.
amazing.
If you want some weird stuff to watch, go watch the old Quincy show.
That's really
It's on every
bizarre.
day. I watch it every day.
I can't handle this girl being missing. 5 seconds later, he has a pounding erection up dancing with some girl in the fucking Danger
In
Girls
an
lounge.
empty bar at noon.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're pounding down drinks in the middle of the afternoon. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
He gets it done in the opening credits.
Yeah, you want to see the opening credits?
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
Let me
Quincy.
see it.
I love turning stuff on to the youngsters.
Oh, the music. This is giving me life right now.
Big Q.
Ooh, look at the graphic.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh my God, this is it's so slow moving.
Gentlemen,
we're about to enter the fascinating sphere of police work, the world of forensic medicine.
and he pulls the body back to the thing.
The guy threw up.
I love the action. The best part, and we've talked about this is the action shots of Quincy on a sailboat.
Well, he just looked like he was drunk falling off of a sailboat. Is this a drama or a comedy?
It was a drama.
It was a drama.
How could you ask with the serious with that last bit? How could you ask?
Abigail.
That was funny though. It's the middle of the afternoon. I didn't even think about that. He was in the middle of the afternoon. He's fucking drunk.
They're on like a ship bar. They're on like a cruise ship.
He's pressing his heart on against the mother of the girl who's missing.
Well, he's trying to get some info. He's trying to get the backstory.
Yeah.
He said it's pounding erection. Oh my God.
You gotta assume he had a pounding erection.
Yes, of course.
Throbbing meat monster.
Here, get to the end of this show.
Look at, they're showing you the many facets of Quincy.
You picked up on that. That's good.
Yeah. It doesn't really hold up.
Look at this.
Now the sexy music. Wait. Oh,
Look,
not
he's
yet.
got a busy life. He's on a red carpet. There's a bitch walking down the stairs. He's walking down a tarmac.
It gets kind of like saucy as he pinches the girl's
What is
arm.
he looking at for moles? What is he doing? Skin cancer screening?
There's a girl on the boat.
And Jimmy
That's
has
me.
pointed out that she has a very flat ass.
It's the worst ass in history.
ever.
She must be the executive producer's wife or somebody.
Jesus, pick a better angle, poor chick.
Could you get me in the show? You got to put you in the credits.
You never,
Her ass looked like a chest.
you never saw her face.
No,
I
you
wonder
never.
why.
No.
So her face might
Well,
be
that
worse than her ass.
Yeah, that tells you what the
She's the
ratio is
every
happening.
So,
Let's tear her apart.
yeah, we love that dumb episode. We went through the whole
That's
thing
hilarious. You
Years
just turned me
ago.
on to Quincy.
It's on every day on Me TV. I watch it every day.
I'm amazed that people haven't seen it. Like, I guess I forget you're younger.
It's old.
That
yeah,
was a
but I mean,
big
there's
show.
just one of those ones that slip through the cracks.
That's
and
a
I like a lot
long
of older
time.
stuff.
That's late 70s, I think,
Yeah.
right? Somewhere around there.
Some of the older stuff I liked, but that's definitely never to watch that before.
I think we got a break soon to get some wrestlers in here.
Are you a wrestling fan?
I mean, I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Me too. That's kind of where I stopped.
Yeah, I'm not like
Who was your guy?
Goldberg.
Goldberg. Nice.
Yeah, he was like a budget wrestler, right? I guess he's not like one of the main guys. People make fun of me, like wrestler dudes make fun of me.
Goldberg ruled.
Right? Did he?
Yes.
Okay. I used to have a Goldberg thing in my car, like it was a stuffed animal or stuffed guy, and when you punched it, he said stuff to you.
Didn't he play for the Falcons or something like that?
he did.
There
He
was
was
the
a
Falcons.
sexy wrestler.
Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
Yes.
He would charge you from one side of the ring to the other. He
Yeah.
would take you down.
Jewish
Goldberg
wrestler.
was really good.
Really into it.
Oh, wow.
He had great abs, nice thigh muscles.
He was in shape.
That's after my time, Goldberg. I know who he is.
It was like later.
I was done with wrestling by that point.
No,
Who were you into?
Pornography. That was when I segued.
China doing porno.
I did enjoy China. I really did. I
Did she
liked
do
her.
porno?
She did.
Oh,
Yes,
I
with
was
X-Pac.
joking.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Oh,
it's a big thing.
Yeah, her
She's
and
a
X-Pac.
sweet person.
I like her too.
Yeah, she's a good
Jimmy
person.
likes her
clitoris.
extra large clit.
Does she? You like a nice large curtain?
I do, yeah. It's not necessary for me to maintain a friendship, but
You can hold hands with it.
yeah, I prefer that.
The bigger, the better.
Yeah, I do like that a
Is
lot.
that Jim Norton walking through Central Park holding hands with a giant clitoris?
Yeah, why does that lady have something poking out? Oh, I see. She's
Is she
a good
gonna
egg.
take off?
She has a pussy nose.
Is that JetBlue?
When is it too big, Jimmy?
It depends.
When it casts a shadow over your dick?
Jessimae Peluso.
That's funny.
You'll be at the Stress Factory tonight and tomorrow.
Very
Jokes
funny.
like that.
Yeah, 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow. And if you want to go to, just go to, Jessimae. It's spelled JESSIMAE.com.
Yeah.
And you have October. She's in Pittsburgh and D.C. And then, you're doing Cobb's too in November. Cool. I have Cobb's going on sale
Cobb's is
today for
fun.
December. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great place.
You can go to the same place and get tickets. And if you live out in San Francisco, you can see both shows. They're separated by weeks.
Yeah.
I'm there December 3 through 5, and Jessimae is there November 5 through 7. So go to 2 separate shows. My tickets go on sale this morning at 10.
Yeah, very cool. You can
Delicious.
hang with us. We're just bringing
Sweet.
wrestlers in here in a little bit.
I would love to hang with wrestlers.
All right, let's take a break and we'll.
Can I use the restroom?
Right now? Like, just go now.
Yeah. I just like to ask a boyish,
Just
childish question.
jacuzzi your pants.
Oh, nice. Nice Tupac shirt.
Yeah,
you
I got my
on.
Tupac shirt. That's my
on your
splash
website.
page. My site is down, but all my dates are up.
Do you ever
Very
hear
nice.
California Love?
Yes. California.
Guys
knows
who has
how
some-
to party.
By the way, I still don't know who's Tupac and who's Dr. Dre in that song. I like the voices. I really don't.
Dr. Dre is like this. Dr. Dre is like, yeah.
I still don't know the difference in the voices.
Kinda right.
Sweet boy.
I don't. They are
Tupac's
both
a little
singing,
higher
right?
Pitch.
Can you play a little?
Tupac's the rapper.
They're both singing.
Yeah, give us a little California.
Dre's a little bit more melodic.
I never. Well, his race is not important to me, but it's.
That's so good.
But I never knew which was which. And I've seen the video, and I just don't remember it. That was like one of the first. That was a huge rap video where they had like a story.
Yeah, they were in the cage. It was like the apocalyptic cage.
Yeah.
Like they were in the middle of the desert and there was fire. It was like kind of Mad Max-ish.
Mad Max-ish, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a good. Remember when music videos were fun, guys?
They were too long though. Michael Jackson's Thriller did that.
Oh.
I didn't need a fucking long story.
A whole crescendo.
Oh my god, I didn't want
a
it.
story arc.
Because the first time you see it, it's great, but then you're like, all right, just get to
You're
the
like, now you just want to hear the cool
song.
Street.
Right.
Yeah.
Get to the
You're right.
choreography.
Get to the gang fight where they dance it out. That's
Get
what
to
I like.
the children in your bedroom. Come on, get to the
They're
point.
trying to tell a visual story.
R.I.P. We miss you, Michael. We
Give me
miss
the
you.
song. Let's do a little California. We'll be back with Diamond Dallas Page, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Scott Hall.
And Jay to the P.
And Jay the P is staying.
Rare.
Jessimae, thank you. Nice. Yeah, we're with Jessimae Peluso, who's killing it today. She's going to be at the Stress Factory tonight and tomorrow. Go check out Jessimae. And right now we got Diamond Dallas Page, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Scott Hall outside the studio making their way in.
Okay, they are coming in.
Right on. Diamond Dallas Page.
Hello,
What's
sir.
going on, man?
Oh, yes.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Rare.
What's going on? Where's Mr. Hall?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, he went to the bathroom.
All right, cool. All right, he's dropping a deuce. He will be in very shortly.
Ah, wow. And we had Diamond Dallas Page on a few months ago. And dude, you're just a good dude, man. I was watching that movie last night going, this is a solid man right there.
Thank you, bro.
The film is great.
Thank you.
It is great. The resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, who's sitting right next to Jim Norton. What's up, Jake?
It's all good, man.
First time on our show.
Yeah,
We're thrilled to have you.
Now it's over.
Now it's over.
Tear up the equipment and we go home, man. The job is done, man.
You did it.
Yeah, you lasted.
Now, being one that saw the movie last night, what's going on with the cane? I saw you had
I got to have hip replacement.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see, once Jake got back in the ring, he stayed in the ring. I'm like, Jake, get out of the ring.
Oh, no, Jake.
Well, he got me healthy.
Yes.
Got me clean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
I could do anything.
You feel like you're on top of the world.
I'm Superman.
Yeah, I could do anything. And he's going, no. Fuck you. What do you know? Okay, you're right.
So he had to have a hip replacement.
I got 7 weeks away.
And he should have it right now.
Oh, he's waiting to get it.
Well, he's committed to X amount of deals. And one of the things that...
Wait, hold on. You got to fight now that you got to wrestle?
Oh, my
still?
God.
I did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was really stupid.
The bottom line is, Jake had commitments, and no one ever wants to hear you're hurt. Like, when you show up, we're in the main event, anywhere, whether it's for the WWE, WCW, AWA, it didn't matter. Yeah. Fans don't want to hear you're hurt.
Right. It's phony.
Right.
No one gets hurt.
Well, we played the famous Scott Hall clip where the promoters pushed him out there when they knew that he couldn't, perform. You're pretty much saying what you're saying now.
Sacrifice.
Where, look, we paid you to be here. You got to perform, and they just pushed him out anyway, even though he didn't need... It seemed like he didn't even know where he was.
He didn't. He did. And now, thank God, they both do. And, Jake just wants to honor his commitment. So he knows that, we're out the movie Slam Dance. This is the first time that Slam Dance Film Festival has ever gotten behind a movie. This is a Slam Dance Presents movie. So we had commitments to, to do this. Here's Scotty.
Hey, Scott Hall. What's up, buddy? We're getting you a microphone.
Where's the microphone?
They're going to turn it on and put it right there.
Yeah, it's behind you there.
Special mic, bro.
You get the special one. Wow. That's the best mic in the house.
At school, so special's good.
Special needs.
But the film starts where you're calling up Jake and you're going to get him. That opening scene, wow! I'm like, how can I not watch this film? Jake was in bad shape, Jake.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I sure was.
And not living in the greatest house, which a lot of people were surprised by because you were a massive star.
Yeah.
Or still are a star, actually.
Appreciate that.
What happened to the money?
Gave it away, man.
They just gave it away.
Ex-wife, and, my drug dealer lived well. Got a new car, a brilliant house.
Wow.
Vacation property.
Yeah.
He did well.
What was your main, the main drug?
Cocaine and alcohol.
Okay.
8 ball a day, whether I needed it or not.
Wow. And
Every
alcohol?
day.
Little combination?
Every day.
Every day.
Wow.
I would not get out of bed without it. So that went on for years.
I mean, he was so fragile. You saw, he was. I didn't think he was going to be that fragile when I got there. And Jake is not known for the greatest work ethic in the gym, so I just knew he was pretty.
Don't beat around the bush now. Save it to me, man.
Where's my nuts at? Who has my nuts?
I have them. I put them in my jacket pocket. I've got them.
I think that's a compliment. He's saying you're a natural. You don't need to have a
there you go.
workout.
Yeah.
He had the charisma, that's for sure.
In the ring, his work ethic was unbelievable. But to get to working out and going to the gym, he did what he needed to do. Now there was so much to do, but so we just took little baby steps. Period.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't get out of a chair when he first came.
Oh, I know. I saw it.
Pulled me to my feet. Getting down on the floor was a process where I'd look for a spot and just.
Yeah.
He fell. I said, dude, we're going to go to the floor. I'm going to show you some floor positions. And he goes, and he starts lowering, and then he falls on the floor. I go, what are you doing? Yeah. You said go to the floor. I said, I didn't say fall on the floor. He goes, how am I supposed to get down here? That's what he did.
So I rehabbed one. I had a hip replacement, and I rehabbed it by smoking crack and drinking.
Well, that's a doctor prescribed. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely.
New age shit.
Yeah,
it's Dr. Seuss.
Eastern medicine.
So it opens up with you going to get Jake, basically, and then what I found amazing, you bring him to Atlanta to live with you. That is a commitment by a friend.
He's a little insane. That's what gets me. He did it once before, and I lost a 12-foot king cobra in his house.
No lie.
He had 20 years earlier. He had 3 cats and a wife, and
he was gone.
And now he's got no cats and no wife. And his second wife.
And a fatter cobra.
I'm like, Dallas, I lost the cobras.
Where did the snake go?
And I started looking for it. He's like, she'll be here any minute. I'm like, exit stage right, because I'm not going to take that shit. Because I know she's going to go off, man.
Actually, what happened was he looks like Mo Lowry and Curly looking, because he's afraid of snakes.
I hate snakes.
I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
But you travel. Jesus
Christ, guys, grow up. It's television.
You picked the wrong
John Wayne's dead.
In case you guys didn't know, wrestling's fake.
I know, but unfortunately your name rhymes with that. That's fucking though. You should have picked a different animal.
It's a different gimmick.
The best night I ever had, man.
You could have dropped kittens on the wrestlers. All right. Well, I was hoping for a little more.
I liked it.
You were in a strip joint with the Undertaker.
Jake's telling a strip joint story.
I was in
Hold on
a
a second.
strip joint with Undertaker, and this blonde bimbo comes up and just starts going off on you wrestlers ain't nothing. Y'all crap. You phony pieces of, just going on. She's like, babe, what do you want, a tip? What the hell? And she's like, wait a minute. You're the one with that mechanical snake, ain't you? I'm like, she's like, you phony bastards. I ain't like these other bimbos in here. I'm not stupid. I know what it is. It's a mechanical snake. And if you had it with you, I'd dance with it. Undertaker was making us go get that son of a bitch. So I went out and got the 12-foot King Cobra, man, gave it. She just walked over, opened the bag, and just shot her hand there like there's nothing in there. Grabs it. She's like talking with the bubble gum going like this. She grabs the old pole, starts swinging around, swinging. I'm like, come on, do something. And the Cobra rears back, sights in, perfect nipple.
No,
and hung on.
The Cobra is devenomized by this time. Yeah. Man, I'm not.
Wrestlers have really good stories.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. That never happened to me in a strip club.
Yeah. Well, then there's whatever.
Enough. Don't go too far.
No, Dallas picked me up, man. I was trying to die. I didn't want to live no more. I took all the mirrors down the house. I hated everything. I hated myself more than anything.
Yeah.
Phone rang. No.
You'd avoid picking up the phone.
Yeah, man. My kids wouldn't call me because they don't want to bring a grandchild to crack dad.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? And the shame is such a burden. And you get to that shame thing, man, and it starts to get on you so heavy that you just don't want to breathe, man.
Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't stick a gun in my mouth, but I would pray to die.
Yeah.
When somebody else had died, get angry at God. I'm like, why don't you take me, man? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
Shame is the worst thing.
It's brutal.
It's heavy. But it takes a lot as a man to be able to talk about those things, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people just swallow
it out, man, because if you don't, it'll kill you.
Yeah.
And all this goes back to your childhood. That's where it all started, right? What you talk about in the film, that was pretty heavy. There.
What happened? I haven't seen it.
I want to see this film.
My father was he was just that way, man.
Well, it wasn't your father that was molesting you.
No. His stepmother. They had their parties together, and then he'd go on the road, and she'd come into my room and drag me out of bed, man. I was 12 years old. Make me perform, and then afterwards beat me, with like coat hangers and hairbrushes and shit like that. And if your father finds out, he's going to kill you. So I lived in fear, and knowing every time he left, man, here we go again, And I had no idea my sister was going through it.
With her, too?
With my dad.
What a mind
With your dad as well?
With my dad, and she wound up getting kidnapped and murdered. So,
your sister?
God.
Yeah. She wound up marrying a 50-year-old man when she was 19 because she was looking for that father figure.
Yeah, of course.
And his ex-wife kidnapped her and murdered her. Wow. She did 10 years in the pen. Then when she came out, amazingly, she hooked up with her ex-husband, and they lived happily ever after.
She got out.
How do you get out after kidnapping and murdering?
Yeah, what
Texas.
state? Ugh.
Yeah, Texas. Well, they could only get her for kidnapping because they couldn't find the body.
So she's never been found?
No. There was enough blood in the trunk to know that she's dead. But, and what tormented me about that whole situation was growing up, she'd been through so much. I didn't know I didn't know that she went through the same thing.
Your sister?
Yeah, so she was constantly looking for love. And what happened? She got pregnant.
How old were you when this happened?
When she got pregnant the first time. I was like 17. When the pregnancy started, she wound up having 3 kids, man, before she was 18. Because she constantly, you love me? On her back, and I beat the crap out of her each time. What are you doing? Because I was afraid she's going to get us kicked out of my mom's house. Because we had left the bad house and went to live with my mom. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you're screwing up, you're just kicked out of here, beat the shit out of her, man. And then when she got kidnapped and murdered, man, I felt so guilty. Yeah. Because then I found out the truth. I'm like, wow, she was going through the same crap.
You didn't know until then?
I didn't know, man. And
how did you find out?
Because my other sister, half-sister, told me that my dad had done the same thing to her. And, like, wait a minute, and it tormented me because they never found the body. So I'd be in airports traveling when WWE, and I'd be walking to the airport, and I'd see somebody from behind that looked like her.
It's like
man.
a ghost.
And I'd run up to them and scare the hell out of them.
Right.
You didn't get to have that closure.
That's just wow. That's just horrible.
I mean, every now and then the state police will call my mom and they'll want the dental records again. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Is she still alive, that woman?
Yep.
All right, let's not give her any time, Jake.
Insurance
You
money.
give her
Live
too
happily
much
ever
time.
after.
Yeah, let's
switch the gears.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. I think it's important to talk about
I just
that
want to
stuff.
add good morning, listeners.
Stay tuned.
I'm here for comic relief.
That stuff, that explains a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's good to talk about those things.
No,
People
it's
understand.
healthy to talk.
It absolutely explains a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough place to move on from, and it certainly, led to a lot of problems for you.
He taught me how to rethink.
But it's all about the story you tell yourself.
Yeah.
And we heard that story over and over again. It's like, now good things are happening to you, dude.
Yeah.
Focus on them. That's the past. You got to live with the past.
You can't change it.
But the story, the reason why both these guys got their lives back on track, because they changed the story inside their mind, like the inner voice. And everybody has that. Nobody can do more damage to you than you. Mm-hmm. And that's the best example of it,
Or more healing, I think. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I was doing the same thing. I was beating myself up over stuff that happened in the past, and it took me getting my head clear a little bit and hanging around with a guy who's annoyingly positive like that. and I say that with affection. I mean, that's how I describe him. I'm looking forward to this promotional tour because I get overdose. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing, in my opinion. So I love hanging out with Dally. But it took me, I'm 56, I finally realized, man, I can't change what happened in the past. I can't change the bad stuff. I can't change the good stuff. I can't change anything. So like my little catchphrase now is, I was doing some interview, the guy asked me to put it in words. I said, well, now I'm not looking focused on the rearview mirror anymore. I'm looking at the windshield. To me, that's why it's so much bigger. And I'm just like Dally says, it's the story you tell yourself.
You guys telling those stories, though, it helps other people because
100%.
People feel weak and like you're not a man or whatever. But guys, like if it happened to a guy like you, I mean, who the fuck is safe? If a guy who can turn out like as big as you are, it can happen to anybody.
And these guys are crying in the film. It's really strange to see all three of you guys crying.
I don't go for that shit.
You have the face and physique for radio, bro.
Zing!
Oh, God. The bad guy strikes again.
I'm only serious.
No, you're right.
But
I'm a blubbering idiot. Like I literally can't watch TV without fucking bawling. I'm the worst. It's really hard not to fucking just blubber. So I'll probably cry.
That doesn't surprise me.
I know it doesn't. I'm really not very masculine.
You're killing your whole macho gimmick off, bro.
I know. I used someone else's photo in the promotion.
But to see you guys breaking down the film, that was amazing to see as well. That you allowed that and kept it in the film. But have you always been a positive person?
I come from a broken family too, and I had a good family all around the family, but I was still bouncing around like by the time I was 3 years old, my mom was married and had 3 kids. She was 19. And how it was split around, I ended up living with my dad. He was 21 and full of party. So he couldn't even spell the word father, let alone be one. So I bounced around a lot. Like Jake reminded me a lot of my dad. Like when he was going through that, when he finally dropped you off at my grandmother's house at 8 years old, that was the last time I would see him sober for the next 10 years. Now, a lot of people go through that shit. Mm-hmm. For me, when I was at my mom's house, it would be everybody would be burying my father. Without my father's, grandparents or whatever are there, they'd be burying my mother. Yeah. So at a really early age, I learned, maybe there's more to the story to this. They were kids. They were kids. Who's ready for having 3 kids by the time they're 21, 19 years old? Nobody.
Nobody in the end.
So my whole life became about not judging people. And, if I do judge you, like people say, like, so who's the biggest asshole you ever wrestled? I said, why would I tell you that, asshole? Because I'm not going to, if I have something to say to him, I'll say it to the guy's face. I'm not going to talk about him on the radio or an interview. That's not how I operate. And, like he said to me, he used to say it all the time, how do you stay so fucking positive?
Like, didn't anybody ever shit in his milk? Come on.
I love a good glass of shit milk in the morning.
But now what they get is I work at it. Yeah. I mean, I work at it. YouTube is full of, like, amazing, like, you're starting to feel down? Go and put most inspiring videos ever and listen to the words that are said behind these extreme things people are doing. And they're amazing. So that's where I look at it. I have no time for negative assholes. Someone fucks with me or puts me down, like, I don't even give them the time of day. It's like, next.
What turned you? Was there a point where you were real negative and something kind of just turned you and it happened and flipped you this way?
I was never real negative.
Oh, no.
I was always fighting the negative. You know, when you get bounced around as a kid. I also grew up with ADD and dyslexia. Man, I was reading at a third grade level at the age of 30. You know, so I was. I had a lot.
50 years ago.
The bottom line is you just got to work on all that stuff and work through it. And it's not about how many. One time he said it in a promo, but it's not about how many times you go down. It's about how many times you get back up again. Thought that's awesome. Been doing that all my life. But he said it as a promo. Now he's doing it as himself.
Can I ask? Did we watch the video of you where you were in that match and you were the promoter dragged you out? And in the video, the promoter's really hateable. But what? Because I looked at this guy like, what a fucking scumbag. But was that a turning point for you?
Well, it was like my bottom, but I didn't. I never was in denial about having an issue. I knew I had a serious problem going on. I've been in 12 inpatient rehabs. I've been to thousands of AA meetings. I've been to outpatient therapy and all the Mac Daddy ones, all the real high dollar ones, because every place you go says they're the best. And one time I was in Europe, a guy wanted to send me to this place, and the reference was Keith Richards goes there. And I said, but Keith Richards still actively uses it. He said, no, it's not a treatment center. They just change your blood. It's like dialysis. I'm like, now pass.
They maintain.
So you passed on that one.
Where I started making some headway was the WWE finally directed me towards like dual diagnosis places. They said, let's treat the root problem and not the symptoms. The symptoms are alcohol and drug abuse. Let's treat what's triggering that behavior. Because you go to 12-step places, and God bless them, I know a lot of people are getting help there, but it's like, don't drink, go to meetings, call your sponsor. I'm going, don't drink. Wow, never thought of that. How much do I owe you?
That's number one.
40 grand? Gee, thanks.
That was cheap. Man. You know what? I just want to inject there. WWE has some of the greatest wellness programs. And,
that's relatively new, though, isn't it?
It's been around about 10 years.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. I mean, because we all grew up with wrestling and knew all the years where none of that stuff was happening.
Well, there was a big shift, but I think culture-wise, the economy was different in the 90s. It was a period of excess.
Drug culture was different in the 80s.
Yeah, back then it was kind of cool to party, and it's all changed. And
getting back to the film with Diamond Dallas Page and your positivity, I saw the frustration. And I was feeling for you because
I got that out of him.
You kept saying, you put the work in and you see change. And these guys, safe to say, I don't want to give the whole film away, but they have some missteps.
Sure. And it wouldn't have been a movie without it.
And the frustration on your face, but you still were able to keep it together and keep it positive instead of
frustration on all of us, man.
Yeah, just and not giving up on you guys.
Well, falling is not a pleasant trip either.
Right.
You're working your ass off. You don't want to let your buddy down.
Yeah.
Christ, you're living in a great home. He's taking care of you. He's feeding. He's paying your friggin' bills. He's trying to help you with his life, man. And then you go and fuck up again.
Right.
Jesus, why did I do that?
And it was always when Diamond Dallas Page was out of the house.
Of course.
He wants to just get some.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
He just wants rest and relaxation in Costa Rica, and you guys
really
can't behave.
Sucks, He's like, I really fucked him.
I was like, motherfucker.
I was glad it was a couple of days before he got home. Are you serious?
I chilled out by the time I got back to it.
That house looks crazy. How many people are in there?
Back then, because I run my company, I run DDP Yoga out of it. I used to. I don't anymore. I just built a performance center in Atlanta. But I had 11 or 12 people. They're my editors, my filmers, everything. Because when we started this, it started as a journey because I wanted to. I always have to say, without Dusty Rhodes, there is no Diamond Dallas Page. Without Jake Snake Roberts, there's no 3-time world champion. He taught me so much. Scotty shared and gave me so much, helped me get so many breaks in my career. So when it started with Jake, I just wanted to help him to walk away with his head held high from our business because, like Steve Austin says, when I name my top 5, Jake's always on that list, Mm-hmm. So, top 5, we're talking about all time. So he should never have been seen like that. And was my goal. And my serious goal was Hall of Fame. Like that in my mind. If I'm going to dream, I'm going to dream all the way to the top. And in the beginning, they didn't really want to hear that because no one would believe it. And I filmed the very best of Nitro 2 and I'd come to the office, and Triple H, he's a buddy of mine, and we broke in together. He was 15 years younger than me, but we still broke in together.
Yeah, because you started out late.
35.
35,
yeah,
which is very late for wrestling.
My career took off till I was 40, but Triple H, I told him, I said, I just want you to know, Jake's moved in with me. And, I know what you're doing with the network and everything. I go, wow, man, if he does stay on the right road, you never know. I'm not saying it's going to happen. And then later on, Scotty came in, and, I talked about bringing Jake into WrestleMania. And Triple H was like, well, kid, you got to wait. He's got to be clean a year, because that's like the rules there. You got to get the WWE don't play with people who are going to make them look bad. They're just not going to do it. So, and Jake had a course for, a lot of time where he was making them look bad. So long story short, I came back to see Hunter again, and he said to me, if you can keep those guys on that, man, he goes, I'm going to try my best, because they both belong in the Hall of Fame. If you can really help them that stuff, D, he goes, I will do my best. And next thing you know, they're both going in, and it was
and it's
amazing.
And it's WWE policy that these guys have to be clean to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, you got to be
I didn't know
example.
That.
Yeah. Well, just got to be, if you're like where they were.
Yeah. I would just assume it was based on, your wrestling career, but they think of other factors.
Absolutely.
Have you guys gone in yet, or is that coming up?
I don't think the NFL puts anybody in there that embarrasses them.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
NBA, they're not putting anybody in there.
And they will pull people out that embarrass them.
Right.
The DDP yoga, did you expect it to be this successful? And how many years have you been at it now?
14 years.
It's that long already.
Yeah, and then the last 4 years is when I actually started to make money. I had over $500,000 in it, because that's how much I believed in it. And you probably saw the video of the disabled veteran I helped.
Yes, of course.
When that went viral,
amazing.
That sprung us, and then just so many people, over 181,000 people have invested in the product, because they know it works. And and it isn't just a workout, eating plan. The first thing I did with both these guys, fed them real food. That's why I was paying for all the food, because I wanted them to eat real food, because I know that's the first thing that's going to start making them feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you start from there, and then you want to work out a little bit because you feel better. And then I start them with 20-minute workouts. I don't start it with, let's work out for an hour and a half, or 20 minutes. Let's just start moving.
Keep it real.
Amazing patience on your part. Amazing.
Thank you.
I don't know how many people have that type of patience, to be completely honest.
You
I
probably
blow
love
up,
these
too.
guys, though. I'm sure they like your family.
That's the biggest reason. I love them both. Scotty, I get my biggest break ever when Scotty gives, they come in as the NWO, him and Kev.
Strong.
They're the animals, they're the killers, and I drop them. Because they let me.
To me, I don't know if anybody's Christian here. I am, and to me, it was like a God thing. To me, coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. The night that Dallas dropped Kev and I on live TV was in the Superdome on Nitro. All these years later, Jake and I go into the Hall of Fame together, and the event is in New Orleans at the Superdome.
On my birthday.
Yeah, it was just I get goosebumps.
You don't write that
thinking
shit.
About it.
Sure, definitely.
To me, if this was a scripted movie, there'd be a meeting, there'd be guys sitting around the table going, "We can't put them both in at the same time. That's ridiculous. Nobody will buy that."
Can you guys talk about the road a little bit? I'm fascinated when you guys come in here and talk about the road. That schedule was just brutal. And it continues to be brutal for you guys.
Not bad.
Mankind. Mick Foley has come in here, and his stories are hilarious because he was so cheap that he was just sleeping.
Everybody's road stories are different depending on the person.
But his are funny because a fan would contact him, and he would sleep on their couch just so he didn't have to pay for the
He was really cheap.
The motel or the travel.
Didn't go there.
And I was fascinated that the WWF in the day and the WWE, they didn't really pay for a lot of travel and hotel rooms. That amazed me when I found that out.
They got you from airport to airport, and you were on your own.
And then that's why you guys would carpool.
Independent contractors.
Right. Oh, we know that deal.
Yeah.
That's
Opie, in the beginning, it could be. I've driven with Scott when I was managing Scott, and I was 230 then. Scotty was 290. PN News was 400. Punk was not Punk. Josh was like 280, and there was someone else. There was like 5 guys in a mid-sized car.
Yeah, in a rental. Just to save the money.
Yeah, and I always have bags for 6 people.
Yeah. He travels heavy.
Do you wait for luggage or you carry on?
Man, he's the gimmick man.
Yeah. You actually wait for luggage? You guys, instead of just carrying on? I'm amazed by that.
Dude.
Depends on how long the trip is. Yeah, you usually have to have your wrestling bag that you always carry with you.
Yeah.
And then your street clothes bag, hey, if they lose it, you can buy stuff. But you got that, checked.
If you guys are big dudes, like your clothes, my pack, when I have small clothes, you guys are enormous. Your shirts are like one outfit for me.
Throw in a 100-pound snake, too.
Yeah.
There's a
the
crate.
snake carry-on?
Yeah. I have a big crate, man. I had to carry that around.
Oh, God, what a pain in the neck. Did you ever think, let's get rid of this gimmick so I could travel lighter?
Why wasn't I like Billy the Cockroach? Would you shove a roach up your nose? Yeah, shove a roach up. That'd freak you out, shoving a roach up your nose.
That would have a...
That
would do the job.
There's effect there. But I would have with that snake and everything, and I had my clothes, and back in those days, we were doing 80, 90, 100 days straight.
Who paid to feed the snake?
I didn't never feed it.
Did you just let it loose in the street and they would go find it?
No. I would keep the same one for about 3 weeks and they'd change it because the snake couldn't deal with the terror. Well, fuck you, man. I didn't have anything to do it.
You're punching the snake.
The
Buck
snake
up.
can't take it. Oh, I had one that I left in the trunk one time and it froze to death. So the next night I got to have a snake, right? So I just pulled it out of the bag and go...
Maple Leaf was still alive.
Oh, no, it was dead, and oh, no.
For 3 or 4 days till one of the pieces fell off. And
You're going to get those people coming after you again, dude.
I know,
Stop talking about that.
But that's something you do when you're strung out on...
I'm having fun and I'm entertaining.
No, but it's funny because you're strung out.
Allegedly.
Because I'll tell you something, man.
Let's go with
Without
allegedly.
Dalvin Dial's page, I don't think either one of us would be here, man.
You guys look completely different than what I saw in that film in the beginning.
They do?
Kids,
oh, my God.
My kids worship this guy.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Because, they've told him, hey, you gave us our dad back. Thank you so much. And my grandkids think I'm the coolest grandpa ever. They watch the videos and stuff, and it's such a joy to wake up in the morning knowing that my kids will take my phone calls and they'll be happy to talk to me, and my grandkids can't wait to get on the phone. I can hear them in the background. Is it Papa Jake? Is it Papa Jake? Man, they don't get much better than that.
That's priceless.
How long did it take before they realized, wow, he's serious, he's doing great?
Well, 6, 7 months, I guess.
Yeah, because in the beginning they just couldn't believe it, and then
more bullshit.
And then one by one they would start coming by, and now the number Cody is his business manager and books everything. He's booked all halfway through 217 all the way.
Well, she put an life policy out on me, and she's trying to finish it.
Smart woman.
Make the money.
Well, I want to go back to the movie because when you started and these guys show up for the first time, I'm glad I didn't know too much about the movie. I'm like, there's no way this is going to work out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm for real. That's where you guys were in your lives, and I'm glad it. Obviously it did. How's it?
So far. I mean, I know that I'm only an arm's length away from a drink.
How are you guys doing with that?
I never put myself out there to be Captain Rehab or Mr. Recovery. I'm just, I ain't had a drink so far today. And that's the way I look at it. I'm just trying to make it till lunchtime. Then I try to make it till dinner.
Right. I've got over 2 years. But I've got 4 years, almost 4 years cocaine free. So.
That's great.
Yeah, I can't believe it. When Alice first brought me in, I thought I would last maybe a week. Because I lied to those guys and told them, I haven't done coke in, quite a while. I'd done it before I left on the plane,
You need someone like this guy to come in and bust you on your ass, call you on your shit, right?
He didn't do it like that.
No?
He did it with love, man.
Yeah.
And more understanding.
You had to stand. There was times you had to stand.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that guy.
That's how the.
Oh my God.
That's how the film starts. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks like your father.
I arrived in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And yes,
when I showed up
you did.
And like bloated Elvis. I look like Elvis right before he sat on the toilet.
I couldn't believe Scott. I couldn't believe it was you. I was like, that's wow. Right? And I can't. It's amazing what you guys have done.
It's hard
through
to
this
sit
program
through
so
this
far.
I'm usually on the lobby during this.
It's hard to watch myself like that.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that.
And you were like 300 pounds there, 310 or something.
Totally. Congratulations! Like you should be very proud of yourself.
I am.
And know there's a lot more work to do, but this is amazing.
Yeah, I do like the guy in the mirror now. I talk to him occasionally.
Yeah.
Before I hated this piece of shit.
This guy's an inspiration. This Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable what you're getting done.
I don't want to forget throwing this out here. Anybody who's listening to this and you know who Jake is, you know who Scott is, you know who I am. Even if you don't, if you want to know about this movie, JakeTheSnakeMovie.com. We set up a site there, because we're playing all over. We were just in Tampa, Dallas. Yep. We're at Yonkers tonight. We're in Midtown Manhattan Saturday and Sunday. And tonight in Yonkers, there's 2 shows. I think there's still some tickets there for that one. But me, Jake, and Scott will all be there.
Yeah.
And Steve Yu, who's the director. Steve Yu is an amazing first-time director, and he just knows. If you would have told me, okay, Dallas, here's the deal, we got a 9-hour miniseries here. That's the most I could cut it down to. I would say, wow, that's good. He got it down to 93 minutes, and you see, it's got everything. And
It's well shot to the point. I was thinking. I think about weird shit. I'm like, oh boy, must have cost him a fortune. Because some of those shots, I'm like, that's a very heavy professional shot right there.
I have great kids. Like Steve's the main guy, but this guy Chris Carey, Nathan, Dylan. We have some of the best. Like Nick. They have these. The talent of being not just editors but camera guys, and they love what they do. A couple of the guys Nikki and Chris went to SCAD, which is one of the top film schools, and these guys just all were in my house at one time with me and Jake. And
it should be said, there's a lot of wrestlers in the movie, a lot of current wrestlers, ex-wrestlers
talking about it,
including one of Jimmy's favorite wrestlers. It's quick, but Bob Backlund's in this film.
When I was a kid, I was
quick.
I stopped watching but that was the guy when I was. I didn't really, too truthfully, never loved.
Should have known
Backlund as much.
Should have known.
No, I never loved him as much.
He likes bringing him up a lot on the show.
Yes, I was a big Don Morocco guy, but
Morocco and Snuka were selling out the garden, but Backlund was the champ.
No kidding.
Yeah, I always thought he was just too straight. He was just too straight a guy for me. It's like
I like to.
Oh no!
But he'll break your neck.
I'll tell you what, he was a shooter, man. He was a real deal. Bobby was a real deal.
He was a real wrestler, right?
He's still the real deal. You don't want to mess with him.
But he didn't. No, I mean, he didn't talk shit like a lot of the guys. But he was just a quiet guy, and at that age, I didn't realize that's the guy that will really hurt you.
Yeah, he's a legit badass.
He looks scary to this day,
and a really nice guy too.
Yeah,
like a really nice guy.
Unbelievable shape.
But I go saying, like, for that, JakeTheSnakeMovie.com will let you know, like, when we're coming to your town. Like, we're going to be in Chicago. We're going to be in Los Angeles. We got a couple other dates Nashville. And people will get updated, but they'll also know when the VOD comes out, when the DVD comes out, all that.
Are you locking these guys in their hotel rooms when you're traveling?
No, man. I'll tell you. With these guys, they totally are living their own lives.
Good.
They're living their own lives.
That's the important thing. Got to get back out there with the new you.
Although I actually live 2 blocks away from Dowie. I'm staying kind of close.
I'm about 7 minutes away, but I'm fixing to take a big step. I'm fixing to move to Las Vegas.
Vegas.
And start a new wrestling company.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
And by the way, the screening tonight, just so you know, 7 and 9 p.m. It's at the Alamo Draft House in Yonkers, and all 3 of these guys will be there.
Oh, you got to go.
And Jake was the only one tomorrow at 1 o'clock to Charles Theater in Baltimore. Yeah. But it's still great to go down in the middle of the afternoon.
But we have AMC down there for me and Scott on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, I didn't even say you and Scott. Yes, that's tomorrow and Sunday, AMC. Is this here in New York?
Wow.
Right in Midtown.
42nd Street.
42nd Street,
it's a big theater.
And it's screening AMC Lowe's Waterfront in Pittsburgh today through Thursday. So if you're in Pittsburgh, you want to catch it, you can catch it.
So, Opie, let me ask you a question, because you've seen the flick, and you're obviously passionate about what you saw, but also about movies in general, because I've heard other things from you. We just got qualified for the Oscars. Like, we could be, you have to get a week in New York and a week in L.A., which, is really, 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 really hard to do if you're a documentary anymore. Like, they just don't do it.
Yep.
But those guys and the guys at Slam Dance, Peter Baxter and everybody at Slam Dance believed in us so much. So now we've qualified for that. What would you say like that? Is that Would you think that we could be nominated for an Oscar from that? What you saw?
I do a documentary show now on this channel once a month. Oh wow! I love documentaries. I was hooked on this from the get go. When you showed up and you see Jake, I told my wife because I didn't have a lot of time last night. I'm like, I got to watch this. This is amazing. Yeah, I loved the film.
Wow!
I think you would have a pretty good shot. You know, it's a great story.
And when we were in this, me and Steve, I can't tell you, we were in my office from time to time. I mean, we would look at each other and just sigh like, dude, do you think anybody's ever going to see this?
Yeah.
You know, because I told Jake, no matter what,
absolutely.
When we watched it the first time, and it'd gone through 28 different cuts, you know, to get to finally tuned to where it is. And around level 10 or 12, I brought Jake in, and just me and him. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, bro, you know, you've never seen yourself like this. So, you know, you've heard, but you've also walked away, not looked.
Right.
So it's going to be tough. I said, but you got to know, if you don't like it, if you don't want it to happen, it's done. At any point in time, he could pull that trigger.
I think it's going to help a lot of people. And I think it's going to be an inspiration for a lot of people.
What really struck me was when we were at the Slam Dance Film Festival, you know, obviously there's wrestling fans everywhere, so there's a few fans there, but mostly it's film people. And so we do the Q&A after, and it's the first time I've seen the movie, so I'm like up there really holding back tears and stuff. Like, and a couple people stood up because mental health issues and addiction unfortunately touch every
single person.
Everybody knows somebody.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And some people stood up and shared, like, you know, I'm not a wrestling fan. I'm like, well, I never heard of you either. But they're like, you know, I got to get that in, you know. But
I got to get that.
But they went on to say, like, you know, obviously you've impacted people with your wrestling careers, but, you know, I believe this is going to help. And I wish I'd have known what to do with my sister. I wish I'd had Dallas's tenacity to stick with it. And so, for me, like, because I'm not comfortable watching myself, you know. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm not aware of what I'm doing in that couple of those scenes, but if you know, it's worth it to me. I'll just stay in the lobby. But I mean, if it's impacting somebody in a positive way, then I'm all for it.
You guys are lucky to have. Lucky to have that visual reminder, because a lot of times it's hard to remember for people, like how bad things got. But to have visual reminders, it's like, oh wow.
I wonder why Dallas used to give me a hard time, dude. I'm having a great time, and people are having a great time, dude. When you start drinking, people hate you.
Yeah,
it's all about relativity and perspective.
Well, for me, I didn't care because I didn't like me, so I could really care less what anybody else thought. You know,
and that was pivotal. Turning them around to start to like themselves and love themselves. Because if you don't love yourself, you're fucked.
You're going to destroy yourself.
You know, you can't, like I say, no one can do more damage to you than you.
And it's not sugar coated. You show that this is not is not going to be easy for you who is trying to motivate these guys and get them back on their feet. And it's not going to be easy for them. But like you said a bunch of times in the film, if you put the work in, it is absolutely possible. And sometimes you don't think it is. You just you're like, there's no way I could change my life.
And sometimes you get so dark, and it's crazy what a year did. You know, Jake was more 18 months, but in 6 months, he looked amazing, and his mind was already changing. The one thing that we didn't really get a chance to talk about, because we had so many things, but you saw Jake had that Wasted Youth t-shirt on in the beginning.
Yeah.
And one day he came down, and this isn't in the movie, but he's so frustrated and so mad. I'm going, dude, what's the matter? He goes, I fucked up. I'm a fucking loser. I'm so pissed. I go, and I'm just looking at him. I go, come here. I go, come here. I want you to walk in the bathroom with me. Look in that mirror. I go, what do you see? He said, a loser. I go, stop fucking saying that. Yeah. Stop, bro. I go, what does it say on your shirt? Wasted Youth. That's what you fucking tell yourself every time you put that shirt on. You wear it all the fucking time. Throw that thing the fuck out.
You just sold the film, because that scene, which sounds intense, is not in the movie.
No, that's not in the movie.
Yeah, my heart was beating when you saying that.
I went through
that's the tough choices these guys had to make.
He got rid of all that shit.
Yeah,
and then he had me some shirts made of. I have a saying that my history will not be my destiny.
Yeah,
and that's positive. I started wearing that, and if you do, change what you wear, change what you present to people, because if you get Wasted Youth and walk up to somebody, they go, he's a fucking idiot, you know. But you got positive messages here, and then you're thinking positive things, and you're telling yourself positive things is pretty damn hard to be negative about anything.
Yeah.
And your presentation has changed completely.
I gotta go with one scene in the movie that was hilarious. Like, you obviously have interns that are big wrestling fans.
Oh, they're great. They're great.
I gotta give this one away. So there's a scene where Jake the Snake is gonna get his ponytail cut off. He wants a new fucking look. He wants a new fucking look. Yeah. And there's an intern working for DDP Yoga, and he's basically fucking having a nervous breakdown and crying.
He still got my ponytail.
I figure, because in the movie, the lady's like, "Hey,
That's
why don't
my
you?"
wife.
I'm sorry, the lady.
Right
God,
now.
I apologize.
My wife.
Your wife is like, "Well, you can keep it. You know, he's not going to take it." And this guy is losing his mind. Like, I get Jake the Snake's ponytail. I wonder how much that's worth online.
Say, you put it on eBay.
But just the fact that he's watching you cut your ponytail that you've had forever, obviously, he's losing it.
Well, I'm
he's
bringing it back.
Yeah,
New energy.
I had the hair transplants done, and
bring back the mullet.
Is cold.
Nice.
But
I'm not afraid.
Really, what a great movie, man.
And you know what? That kid Dylan, he would be, before Cody came into the scene, he would go everywhere with Jake.
I wouldn't travel by myself.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. You couldn't do that, over that period. He needed to have someone with him. He had to have the team. Linda, we used to call her Den Mother, she's our bookkeeper and all of that, and she's also would cook for everybody and do everything. She would say, "It takes a village." It takes a village.
Wow.
It does.
Well, with that, I think we got to go, right? Unfortunately.
Let me just throw one more thing.
We have a hard out, so whatever plugs you got to get.
I always want to get at what are you at, Scotty? What's your real follow you on Twitter at?
Oh, at Scott Hall NWO.
Jake Snake DDP.
At Real DDP and at DDP Yoga. And anybody who wants, you've been pulled in, you want to know more about the resurrection of Jake the Snake, Jake. Let's try again. JakeTheSnakeMovie.com. Sign up there, and you'll know we're coming to a new town. You'll know when we're doing the VOD, which we're looking at maybe Christmas, and you'll know when more theaters, and you'll know if we get a nod from the big O. Who knows? That's the goal.
You never know.
And just so people know, obviously you got all the wrestling fans. They're all going to watch this film.
Yeah.
But this goes way past wrestling. People need to know that.
I hope so.
Oh, my God.
I hope so.
Absolutely,
It'd be
it does.
great to save a few lives with this.
Yeah. You guys come back.
If you're in New York, you can go tonight. Two shows. Was it Westchester?
Yonkers.
Sorry, I'm trying to open this. My stupid dry fingers won't do it.
And then Jake's going to Baltimore, and he'll be at a theater in Baltimore on Saturday. Which theater is that on Saturday?
Theater is Charles Theater in Baltimore. Jake will be there. And tonight's the Alamo Draft House in Yonkers, a 7 and a 9. All three of these guys will be there.
And AMC.
AMC tomorrow and Sunday, yes.
No,
in New York.
yeah, tomorrow and Sunday. Me and Scott will be there doing a Q&A, and then we've got T-shirts and, posters, and that's what much funds this trip. Because we're not making any money on this trip. It's costing us money, but when people get a T-shirt, autograph, picture, it goes towards helping us fly all over the place. Because it isn't just us; we got a whole crew.
It's a perfect movie for a Q&A too.
Oh God, perfect. Yeah, no one leaves.
And Scott Hall will keep it funny.
Oh, he does.
He'll keep it funny.
I do what I can.
He'll lighten it up a little bit.
I like his ending statement.
Balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little zen in there.
No, Jake's
his ending statement. Of course, the Q&A is.
Well, I encourage people, thanks for coming. If you enjoyed the film, please tell your friends, tweet about it, Facebook it, and all that stuff. And if you didn't enjoy it, just keep your mouth shut.
Fair enough.
Brother. And he closed with a brother.
Well, this was awesome. Diamond Dallas Page, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Scott Hall. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having us, bro.
Really enjoyed it.
We would keep going, but we got to leave. We're done.
Can we come
have
back
a hard
right
out
before-
at 10?
Can we come back right before the
big
VOD?
O's?
We're going to do the VOD at Christmas?
Of course.
Yeah,
you
definitely
can.
come back.
Awesome.
So great.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
We'll
Thanks
just
so
make it a little
much.
lighter. We'll have even more laughs. All right. You're good, Jimmy?
Yeah, tickets on sale for my Cobb's appearance go on sale 10 a.m. And also I'll be at the Irvine Improv next Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And Jessimae Peluso, first appearance on our show.
Thank you.
You were great.
It was what a pleasure to be with these guys as well. I can't wait to see the movie.
Yes.
And rare.
Brother.
Tonight and tomorrow at the Stress Factory for Jessimae.
Yes.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you guys Monday.
Today's show will be available later today on Sirius XM On Demand. Sirius XM On